don't know what we're gonna do. I know what you should have did. You should have voted for somebody that wasn't gonna put tariffs out there. I love God, but God can't save you from nonsense. You don't deserve a bailout. You can't sit here and vote one way, and then when your economy gets decimated, your way of life gets destroyed, you want to pray to God? God didn't tell you to go to that poll and vote against your own best interest. That was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1. Streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Raskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser.
I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum,
I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data,
to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Join the movement. Listen to the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, the locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Cities across the country are struggling to provide affordable housing, but New Rochelle, a city just a train ride away from Manhattan, is working on a new approach that's bolstering affordable places to live. Led by Mayor Yadira Ramos-Herbert, the New Rochelle model is responsible for adding over 4,500 new housing units, with an additional 6,500 units on the way. Mayor Ramos-Herbert spoke to Bloomberg about how the city is using public-private partnerships and more to make it all happen.
We worked with the community here. What do you want to see in New Rochelle? And through our public-private partnership, we've enhanced plazas, we've brought murals, we've increased EV charging stations, we've bought a black box theater right to our main street, we're opening parklets, and so really working together, providing assurances to developers, everybody essentially wins. Never mind that rents are actually holding steady and actually decrease the median rent.
Mayor Ramos-Herbert is the first woman and first person of color to become mayor of New Rochelle. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
He steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. tales that shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams, he molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, or the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Looks like we got ourselves a Thursday, November 6th, 2025. Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, who represents the good people of the 5th Aldermanic District, I'm going to go ahead and call that a northwest-ish side district. Let me give you a landmark or two. So think the area of, I don't know, like 76 and Burleigh. You know, the Menominee River Parkway, Mount Mary College, that area over there. It's a really nice Milwaukee neighborhood, mostly homeowners, very clean, not really all that much in the way of jobs and opportunity, but it's a pretty solid, stout, old school, middle class, probably maybe upper middle class Milwaukee neighborhood. And so the thing about Lamont Westmoreland, he's an interesting fella. He's been on the show a couple of times. When he ran for office, and it was a special election, maybe 2022, 2023, no one had ever heard of him. So that district had been represented by a guy named James Bowl. You guys know James Bowl? James Bowl has been a fixture in local and federal politics probably the last 30 years. James Bowl now works for, if I'm not mistaken, they shuffle people around a little bit in local government or in the mayor's office. I think he's with intergovernmental relations, or he was. So he works for Mayor Cavalier Johnson, but prior to that, James Bowl was the alderman of District Number 5. Prior to that, James Bowl worked for Congressman Tom Barrett. In fact, James Bowl began his aldermanic campaigning while he was still working for Congressman Tom Barrett. Let's just put it this way. He either was asked to leave Congressman Tom Barrett's office, he was fired, or he quit when he was faced with the option of being terminated. And then he went on and ran his aldermanic campaign. So long story short, James Bowl leaves Congressman Tom Barrett's office, and then they hired me next. I don't know why I went all the way around the block just to get next door. So Alderman Lamont Westmoreland was running, one of the many people running, to succeed James Bowl in the 5th District alderman race. And there was a lot of people. It was a very crowded primary. There were many people. Some people we had heard of, some people we had not. But whenever you have an open seat for an aldermanic race, everybody and their mama gets in that race. The money is good. It is. And the job is what you make it. As long as you can keep, on average, if you have a majority African-American aldermanic district, if you can keep somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 people reasonably happy, like you return their phone calls, you make sure their snow was plowed, their garbage is picked up in a timely manner, you have a couple few town hall meetings, and you just share with the people what you got going on, you'll get reelected till the day you die. You will. Or you can be in that seat until a better opportunity comes along. And I'm not upset at those alderpersons. I think that we as voters and members of the body politic, we want elected officials to do stuff that is literally superhuman, and when they can't do it, we get mad at them. But that's more of an us problem instead of a them problem. But here's the thing about Lamont Westmoreland that I really like and admire. Nobody knew who this dude was, so we discredited him and discounted him because, Milwaukee politics is insular. If you have a certain last name, or if you're connected to certain people, that's half the battle right there of getting elected. Ain't nobody know who Lamont Westmoreland was, man. I was like, this dude ain't gonna win. Not only did he win, he got more votes in a primary and general election than any other aldermanic candidate running in that same election. So I had a tremendous amount of respect for a fella who wasn't politically connected. He wasn't in the insular part of Milwaukee politics. He was a true outsider. He worked his tail off and he got elected. He's a bit of a maverick. He does things his way. He doesn't listen to conventional wisdom. Hell, he doesn't even listen to unconventional wisdom. He also does really unusual things to troll people, but you can do that when you get the number of votes that he gets. I probably shouldn't say this, but just to give you a better idea who this guy is. He's got a Caucasian wife and some beautiful children. I don't begrudge nobody for who they marry. I don't care. In fact, if you like it, I love it. If you love it, I love it more. But then, like on his wife's birthday, he'll post pictures and say stuff like, "Happy birthday to my beautiful black queen," and his wife is white. I think it's hilarious. But
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's really funny. It's hilarious because he just trolls people because he can. Like, what are you going to do? But he's also been so hard-nosed on issues that he embarrasses his colleagues. The city of Milwaukee has to first provide quality of life. We can't always fix crime, especially when we don't get sufficient cooperation from the public. So we can't put the reduction of crime on other people, on individual elected officials. What they can do is they can listen to the community. The community may want certain things, new avenues, different programs, different options for young people, whatever. Older persons can make those options more readily available, but they can't stop crime. But what they can do is they can help improve the quality of life. One of the things that Alderman Lamont Westmoreland is a stickler for is litter. So am I. It's shameful. It's disrespectful. It just shows a lack of class when people throw garbage on the ground in a neighborhood in which they live. Right? We have to have a Tory Low cleanup every single year, and those are never going to go out of business because it's just a nonstop cycle of garbage and trash in our community. And I'm not going to get into the whole philosophical thing about littering and how it can impact somebody's perception of a neighborhood, but we want people to respect us, and they should. But when you drive through our neighborhood, especially after the snow has melted, it's pure filth, okay? And I'm not even going to equate this to poverty because I can go to a whole bunch of white neighborhoods and white folks pick up their Frito bags. White folks don't leave their Dorito bag. Maybe their white people are eating their Dorito bags, but they don't leave them on the damn ground. I know that much. So it's not a poverty thing. I don't think it's a race thing. I think it's just, I don't know, a lack of care, perhaps. So he's been a stickler for litter. The city of Milwaukee has gone back and forth with, do we increase the fines for littering? Oh, why would you do that? Because the people that would do the littering, they probably couldn't pay the fine. Well, if you can't afford to pay the fine, then maybe your ass shouldn't litter. But he's been a stickler for litter. And you're going to hear, as we get through this winter and start moving toward the spring, he's probably going to be complaining about the litter and probably want to introduce higher fines. I like what they do out east. I think in Boston, $1,500 fine for littering. Good, do it. And if you can't pay it, take them to jail. Bet you won't litter no more. Bet you won't have no Frito bags in your cell, Jerome. Or whatever his name is. No, Jerome is not always a black man's name. There's white Jewish people named Jerome too. Slow down. Slow it down. The other major issue that has given us all headache and anxiety and pain and makes us angry, we get so infuriated, is reckless driving. Alderman Lamont Westmoreland of the 5th District will make solo trips to Madison by himself to lobby members of the Wisconsin State Senate and the state assembly. Let me be clear. That's 132 lawmakers, okay? He'll go by himself to try and get state legislation that can help crack down on reckless driving. And to that, I applaud him because I don't like no reckless driver. I don't like that I have to drive with an extra amount of caution because of somebody else's carelessness and their just lack of empathy for other drivers on the road. I don't like that. Now, I've reformed my behaviors a little bit to be more cautious, but it's just one more thing you got to be concerned about. If somebody going to run this red light or run this stop sign or whatever the case may be. Well, Alderman Lamont Westmoreland has come out with a press release. I'm going to read the press release, and they're going to impound your car now, right? If you are caught driving recklessly, now I don't know if this is habitual or not. They might be able to get your car on site. And if that officer witnesses you driving in an unreasonable way, maybe reckless and imprudent speed, running a red light, whatever it is, they now have the ability, backed up and fortified by state law, to confiscate that vehicle. This got me thinking about an organization that has been kind of circling around in my mind for many, many years. I never really told you guys about it because I was always a half a step away from implementing this idea. It's an organization that I've been thinking about because I see where there are missing pieces in our community. And with all the people that I talk to you all, you guys email me, some of y'all get my damn phone number, have no idea how that happens. But I hear from folks and I get to put together like these ideas of what is missing because elected officials sometimes can't figure it out. Business leaders and stakeholders, sometimes they don't have all the answers. The public has the answer to everything. Problem is, there's so many of you and we can't implement all of your ideas, but the solutions that we need for a better America, safer America, better jobs, more jobs, better income, better healthcare, like you all have the real world experiences that can contribute to a better society, right? So as I'm talking to all these people over the years, and of course I take many a phone call and people call with great questions and sometimes not so great questions and comments, and I saw that there was something that was missing in our community, and it's affordable vehicles. We cannot rely on public transportation here like other cities that have multiple options when it comes to public transportation. Really, in Milwaukee, in the southeastern Wisconsin, either you're taking private transportation, you're taking Ubers and Lyfts everywhere, or you're driving. In fact, even when we can invest billions of dollars on the ability to safely move people from where they live to where the jobs are and to where the entertainment is, we don't do that. All we do is expand highways. Highways and highway expansion. We got a highway project that they just started on 94 something, 894, 794, 294, 594. I don't care. I don't like to take the highway that much. It's gonna be like 7 years long and another however many billions of dollars. By the time that highway project is finished, we could have implemented a whole bunch we could have expanded the hop 10 times over and for 10 times less cost, right? But we keep expanding these damn highways. Like that's the only way that we can move people. Well, vehicles are incredibly expensive. And there might be someone who they have a driver's license. The driver's license has been recovered, and they might be on maybe probation or parole, and one of their conditions is they have to get a job, go to work every day, or they have to look for a job. Do you know how impossible that is? If you don't have transportation in a city where a bus route can get cut on the whim of a county executive with political ambitions, and I'm not necessarily talking about David Crowley. If vehicles are confiscated because of crimes, and like that happens a lot. You guys know that if you transport dope in your vehicle and you get caught with dope in the vehicle, the car is not yours anymore. It goes to the impound lot where it gets auctioned off. There is this overabundance of automobiles, what I call surplus property. Sometimes people abandon their cars, and they're not always in bad shape. So you have abandoned cars. Sometimes people just leave cars on the side of Milwaukee streets forever. They just leave them. And if you look at this overabundance of automobiles that have been abandoned, that have been confiscated, and now with this new Lamont Westmoreland press release, they're going to be confiscating vehicles of reckless drivers. Imagine a nonprofit organization that instead of these vehicles being crushed or being auctioned off, where the prices are going to be inflated and people who have lower incomes are never going to be able to afford those vehicles anyway. Imagine a nonprofit organization that received those abandoned, surplus, and confiscated vehicles, hired young people, hired people who had interest in automotive technology to fix and repair and to get those vehicles roadworthy, and then they sold them, or in some cases gave them away to individuals that need cars, and they would come with a 6-month warranty. So what we'd be doing is we'd be reducing the government's responsibility on having to store these vehicles and having to go through the rigmarole and the cost of sending these vehicles to auction. We would be hiring people, giving them a skill and teaching them, men and women, because I'm tired of just men being mentioned in the trades. Women, you need to get some dirt under your damn fingernails too. We would hire people to fix these vehicles up, get them roadworthy, and then they would be provided at like really low cost, $500 to $2,500. Basically, a family that needs an automobile but can't go to a dealership or can't afford to buy a vehicle online could go to this particular service, something I've been thinking about for many, many years, and basically get a vehicle for less than what they're receiving in their income tax return. And it's a system that would perpetuate itself because there's always going to be abandoned vehicles. There's always going to be confiscated vehicles. There's always going to be impounded vehicles that people are never going to go and pick up. Why not turn those vehicles into job training, skill building, and then provide those vehicles at really low cost and in some cases no cost to families that deserve them? Think I may invigorate this idea, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it to y'all. So I'm going to take a break, come back, talk about this new way in which vehicles can get impounded. Because don't just take the vehicle away from somebody, repurpose the vehicle, assuming somebody doesn't want the vehicle back. Because you know that there are people that get their vehicles impounded and never go get them, right? That vehicle could serve somebody. Because we don't have a whole bunch of public transportation options in southeastern Wisconsin. And there's no plans in the works for us to get more of them, you see? So we're going to talk about this opportunity that I really do hope comes to fruition at some point in time. Also want to talk about, this is the 37th day of ye old government shutdown. I have a list of airports that are going to be dramatically reducing their flights and service. Holiday season is coming up. Some of you all are going to be doing all of the traveling and getting on the planes, and maybe you're going to see your family, maybe you're going to see your side piece. I don't know what you're going to do. It's none of my business, but I'm going to give you the full list of airports, and if you fly into or out of them, expect delays, flight cancellations, etc. I just want you to have that information while you're making your holiday travel plans. And then, of course, the general banter that we are all known for here on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, exclusively on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
You know, it's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources, Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
After a long 2-year fight and a change in state law, a new city ordinance that I, Alderman Lamont Westmoreland, authored and advanced, allowing for the impoundment of vehicles being operated by individuals driving like fools on our streets, is officially live. Yesterday, so that would have been of November 4th, so 2 days ago, the Common Council passed the ordinance unanimously. The press release goes on to say, let me be clear. I don't want vehicles impounded. What I want is behavioral change and compliance so that impounds don't need to happen. However, if you're caught in the act, your vehicle will be taken, on top of citations and possible arrest, and getting it back won't be easy. You'll need to pay all outstanding citations, not just those from the incident, have a valid driver's license, valid insurance, that's the kicker right there, and pay all towing and storage fees. Also note that once the vehicle arrives at the tow lot, the 90-day clock starts ticking, and on the 91st day, the vehicle may be auctioned off or destroyed and recycled. So, knowing what I know about the frequency of reckless driving, I think some of it will slow down, or enforcement may be a little bit relaxed during the cold weather months, the winter months, and the snowy months. But there's going to be an influx of vehicles, I know for a fact, that are going to make it to the impound lot because of this new ordinance. And I think that's a good thing, because there are some people that simply will not learn, and they cannot drive vehicles. You can't have a car. You can't. Because you think it's a game, you think it's sweet, you're out here riding around in a vehicle, maybe it's your vehicle, maybe it's somebody else's car, and to me it doesn't matter, because if you're borrowing somebody else's car, and they need that car to go to work, right? You ask your friend if you can borrow their car so you can go to the store, and you out here acting a fool because you know that's not your car, that's your friend's car, and then your friend's car gets impounded, good. You should have better friends or know who you lending your car to. But if that is going to create this influx of automobiles, and the city of Milwaukee has got to pay, right? It's labor hours to store these vehicles on the tow lot, right? Well, a lot of these vehicles are not going to get picked up because people, if they won't be able to pay the impound fees, they won't be able to pay all the citations that they have, and they may have tickets stacked up from other vehicles and other parking incidents, right? They're not going to be able to afford the insurance. A lot of those vehicles are going to stay. And instead of those vehicles getting auctioned off, where they're going to be put back into the system and the prices of those vehicles are going to be overinflated, imagine if we had a nonprofit organization that was waiting for those vehicles, where we can hire people and teach them about how you get vehicles. Because some of those vehicles are going to need some repair, basic maintenance. They might need tires. They might need brakes. They're going to need an oil change, a transmission flush. And if we had young people, I prefer it be young people, because we could then give them an opportunity and a future to be car mechanics. Vehicles are lasting a lot longer, even though personally I see the future of automobiles in electric, because the maintenance is basically non-existent. And unless you're driving 900 miles, in one trip, which is rare, I think that electric vehicles are going to make a lot more sense. But until that time comes, 1990s vehicles, early 2000s vehicles. There's some vehicles that were new in the 2010s. They're going to be on the road until the 2030s and the 2040s. And those vehicles are going to still need to be repaired. Engines are going to need to be rebuilt. Rear differentials are going to need to be rebuilt. Electrical systems are going to need to be serviced. AC systems are going to need to be recharged. And imagine if we got some young people, and maybe we can make it a condition of these young people's release from confinement, or we give them additional options to get them to graduate from high school. We put them in this program where they are fixing up and learning about these confiscated, impounded vehicles. They're fixing them up, and then we provide those vehicles to families who qualify for them. And maybe we look at if the family is 100% below, 50% below, 25% below, or at the federal poverty line. Maybe we look at individuals who are already qualified for SNAP. Maybe we look at families whose children are already on free and reduced lunch. You are eligible to get one of these vehicles. Now, the vehicle ain't going to be free now. $30 a month, $25 a month. Pay it off when you get your tax return. Or if you know you're going to have a big tax return, we'll give you the vehicle, and then we will take a portion of your tax return to pay for the vehicle. And what the money would be that we would collect would be to keep the program going, because we need to buy tires and need to buy transmission fluid and buy oil and buy tools, et cetera. And it could be a self-sustaining system, because we are not going to have a plethora of public transportation options in southeastern Wisconsin anytime soon. And I hate to see all these vehicles just going out the door, getting crushed. Some of those vehicles are decent. But if someone who is purchasing vehicles at these vehicle auctions, now the vehicle auction people are going to be very angry because we're going to be taking their supply. But we need it in this city more than they do. There's a lot of folks whose lives are conditional based upon the reliability of their transportation. And all of these vehicles from the Wheels to Work program, you like that? Wheels to Work? Would get a vehicle that has a warranty on it. And if they need some repairs, they would go back to the same Wheels to Work shop or garage that serviced the vehicle. And it also keeps the staff, the car mechanics, and the interns employed. I think it's a fantastic idea. And I see what kind of money gets thrown at other nonprofit organizations. This is one that actually gets decent people the opportunity to purchase a vehicle at a dramatically discounted price. Like anything else that you need to buy in this world, if you're low income, you can get it for cheaper, especially if we know that that thing that you get, like, I don't know, food, is an investment in you. We need cars around here. And cars cost too damn much. I'm just looking at, I just bought a vehicle not too long ago, which I got a car payment, which I don't like because I haven't had one in a while, but I guess it is what it is. I couldn't survive without it. Now, I'm also very fortunate that I can afford to have a car payment and not have that much of an impact on my lifestyle. But there are some people, like that car that they need to go get the kids, to go to work, to look for work, to run errands, to go to the grocery store, to go vote, to go to church. They can't afford a vehicle, or their vehicle's not reliable. I think that our community deserves access to reliable transportation. Now, here's the other thing. They can't drive reckless because the vehicle they got out the program will get confiscated and given to somebody else. Now, we'll snatch that car as quickly as we gave it to you. Don't play with us. I'll come to your house and get the car. You got to have insurance on it. Maybe we can do something where we can pool together some other resources. We can get reduced insurance for some of these folks, because if they can afford the vehicle, which we'll make sure they can, the insurance costs may kill them. It's almost like you might want to buy a condo. You can afford the condo. You can afford the mortgage and the principal and the interest and the property tax escrow, but you can't afford the condo fee. So we probably figure something out where we can work out reduced insurance costs. But I think this is a fantastic idea, because if you are in desperate need of an automobile and if you can't afford one, your life does not get any easier. Press release goes on to say any and all vehicles impounded will be a case of self-inflicted punishment, the alderman said. He goes on to say the choice is yours, reckless drivers. Milwaukee Police Department officers have now been given the directive, and again, this ordinance is officially live. Live is in all capital letters. The alderman goes on to say, while I led this charge, I did not do it alone. My sincere thanks go out to every resident, advocate, and partner who stood beside me, in addition to my council colleagues, and pushed for this change. This is not the end of the fight. It's another step forward. I will continue exploring every possible approach to hold reckless drivers accountable and protect the safety of every person in our city. This is going to create an influx of impounded vehicles. Some of those vehicles might go to auction. Some of them are going to get crushed and destroyed. I think that there is an opportunity to fix up and to refurbish those vehicles and provide them to families that need cars. I'm going to take a break, come back, talk to Eastside Corey on the other side, and continue our conversation. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be back shortly.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we believe brilliance lives in every child. Here, students are challenged, supported, and celebrated every single day. With small class sizes, dedicated teachers, and a proven track record of academic excellence, MCP is helping Milwaukee kids reach their fullest potential. Enrollment is still open for grades K-3 through 8. Spaces are limited. Apply today. Give your child a school where they'll thrive. Visit mkeprep.com or call today. Milwaukee College Prep, brilliance lives here.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
So you telling me that you can make lobster tail and crab legs? It will still taste like a lobster tail and crab legs, but they vegan?
Let me tell you, and my customers can testify to this. I can make vegan chitlins.
Now, come on. I don't know what chitlins taste like because it's been about 40 years since I had them.
I love them.
But you can do that.
My best customers for my vegan chitlins are those people who still eat meat.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. Come in with straight truth.
Even the police department arguing over their little 12% that they want, and it's a shortage. Okay, I think at some point the people got to start using common sense. It ain't nothing personal. It's something that's community. That's it. And a lot of people try to deflect and make it personal. That's how you know they ain't doing nothing, because they try to make it personal. But really, it's about the conditions of the neighborhood, the conditions of the residents, the safety quality, the public safety ideas. Are we getting that? Are we using the taxpayers' dollars the best way we can to make a difference, to become a resource for everybody in the family to thrive? Is that happening? Yes or no? And if it's not, then you switch the coach. You get a different philosophy on the people. That's it. When times are tough, you need people to roll up their sleeves and get to work. When everything is working well, you sit back and you let it coast. You can't coast and things are bad.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app. Milwaukee Black Talk.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
(833) 212-1017, 833-212-1017. I'm just trying to be resourceful, and if there are going to be an influx of confiscated vehicles, then why not repurpose those vehicles at the same time provide job training? Because, MPS used to provide a lot of vocational skills, and they don't do that anymore. I don't like the fact that somebody has to now go and pay tuition to get vocational skills that were offered with our property tax dollars, because that's how our public schools are funded. They've taken that away. And we know that our community is heavily reliant on those vocational skills, because we keep telling black men and boys that they need to get involved in the trades. Well, good. Let's make it easy for them. And maybe some of the joblessness and the hopelessness and maybe even the crime increases that we have seen has been because there's no stopgap to get young men from, when they're in school, but then give them an opportunity to have a future, to have some money, to buy a house, to be solid citizens, right? So if there's going to be the raw material, which are the vehicles that nobody wants, vehicles get abandoned all the time. I don't know if y'all know that. I was hanging out with my homegirl a couple weeks ago, and somebody just left a Volvo, and they had the orange placard on it. It means, we're coming to tow it. That vehicle sat there for like 3 weeks. They just left it there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is perfect. Like, here's the thing. Some of the vehicles, they ain't going to be fancy now. But it's better than walking. It's better than taking the bus. And that vehicle helps someone, learn a skill about how you rotate tires or how you do brakes or how you do interior work or how you service the electrical system or the AC system in the vehicle, how you change a heater core. There's so many things that can go wrong with a vehicle. And we pay a lot of money, don't we? You pay a lot of money to get your vehicle fixed. So with this program, we would be training individuals on how to repair the vehicles, and we would be providing those vehicles to a family, to a mother, to a father, that just because everything else is getting so damn expensive. And transportation needs are not going away. You're always going to have to go somewhere. Imagine a family that has never taken a road trip because they've never been able to afford a reliable vehicle. This would allow that family just go on up to Door County for a Friday or a Saturday night. You know what I mean? Just take a little road trip. I think this nonprofit could be of tremendous value and is providing a skill for our young people. Let's talk to Eastside Corey. You're on 1017 The Truth. How are you? Hello? Eastside Corey. Rick, you turn his mic on and turn the volume up. How come I can't hear him? I don't hear nothing. All right, well, Eastside Corey, get your life together. Guess not. All right. Here's how it would work. I really want somebody to do this, or at least explore the idea, because I don't want it to go to waste. I want to be able to connect people with automobiles, because we're not going to have other options for transportation. That is the thing that is going to prevent southeastern Wisconsin from growing, and it's terribly disappointing, because we could be a much more economically robust area if we just figure out how to move people. And the reason why we don't have these options of how to move people, if we had more less expensive transportation options, we wouldn't be talking about reckless driving. It wouldn't even be an issue, because more people would opt not to buy a car. I wish I lived in a city where I didn't need a vehicle. I really do. I wish that everything was walkable. Or in the rare occasion, I got to take the light rail or the high-speed rail. You know how much money we spend on transportation? It is, if you don't make a lot of money, because your income is probably not going up. Inflation is eating up whatever income you do have. Tariffs is making everything more expensive, too. I got another listing of job cuts. Tens of thousands of jobs are being cut. We are in the worst economic job creation economy since October of 2003, and Trump is responsible for all of this. He's not making life easier for anybody. I could go on a whole Trump tirade just on how he lied about what he was going to do for people. He lied to vulnerable people. They believed in him. And I could say a whole bunch of terrible things about those people. He's a crook and they shouldn't have listened to Donald Trump. That ain't the point. Some people were so damn hopeless. Donald Trump spoke to those people in a way that Kamala Harris couldn't, and he screwed those people over. The whole point of his presidency is about him, enriching him, building a monument in a ballroom to himself. He also got elected president to shirk any other criminal responsibilities and liabilities that were waiting for him if he didn't win this race. He did all this for him, and at the same time, people are just as vulnerable, if not more vulnerable, by the horrible decisions he's making about the economy, and it makes me sick, because we're going to have to help these people. We're going to have to, or they're going to be a drain on our society. And now they can't even eat. I got a story here from Alternet. They said the Epstein files are worse than any of us ever imagined. There's a guy named Michael Wolff, who's a famed biographer. And before Jeffrey Epstein was killed himself, he asked Michael Wolff to write his biography. Michael Wolff tells a story of how Jeffrey Epstein goes into a drawer or a filing cabinet and pulls out Polaroid pictures and fans these Polaroid pictures out on the table like a deck of cards. And in those Polaroid pictures, it is reported that the 47th and the 45th president, Donald John Trump, is posing with topless teenage girls sitting on his lap. That's why they don't want to swear in the congresswoman from Arizona who won her election in September. But Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is not swearing her in because she is the 218th bipartisan vote to release the Epstein files to the American people. Don't you want to know if the person who was leading the free world, who has their hand on the nuclear war button, don't you want to know if he had children, topless children sitting on his lap? Now, I know for some of y'all, it won't even matter. You still ain't going to change your mind and admit that Donald Trump is a horrible human being. Even if you find out he is a pedophile, y'all would rather accuse somebody else of being a pedophile than to know Donald Trump is one for real. That's wild to me. That's wild, ain't it? All right, let's try Eastside Corey again. Hello.
Lord have mercy.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I apologize once again. I double bow to your whatever it is.
Get up off your knees, Corey. Don't get off your knees. Don't be bowing. Get up.
No, only to you. Only to you, Sherwin. Only to you, Sherwin.
No, hold on.
Now look at her.
Relax.
What about that?
Just relax. Go ahead with your comment.
I'm playing. I'm just playing with you. I'm not kissing nobody's ring. Okay, now look. I looked at the view. I saw my PTA Blondie up there. I was like, girl. I was like, okay. Because Miss Taylor Greene, that's my other go-to girl. Yeah, she brought it down yesterday or the day before.
So I clearly wasn't able to watch the show because the view was on while I'm at work. So what was she talking about?
It was amazing.
Okay. What'd she say?
I'm going to have to re-watch it because it's interesting. As they get sometimes caught up in the introductions of each other that they don't get to the nitty-gritty soon enough to you're here, They soften that, and so I got to watch it again to see if they went in.
Okay.
But I'm following her lead because she smells a rat with the Trump. And so, I got to, pay attention to my people.
All right, well, you pay attention to her, and then you come back and report to us because I can't pay attention to Marjorie Taylor Greene because I just, I got other stuff.
I'm going to try and find that interview, that fine interview you did of her, and re-listen to it because that was a great interview. Yes, sir.
We can find it. I can put it. If you go to YouTube, I think we can post the link of that interview.
Please,
in the comment section of today's YouTube broadcast. Ricky, you hear that? Ricky mad because he got to go find it. But no, we'll make it available. I'll put it on my Facebook page, maybe.
Okay. By the way, you're popping up on the TikToks, and it's cute because it's little segments of you sometimes of the show. It's hilarious, actually.
Wait a minute, who putting me? I'm on TikTok. Who putting me on TikTok?
Oh, everybody from the station.
Ricky,
every show. It's a little poo-poo.
Oh, let me ask Ricky. Ricky, you doing them TikToks? How I'm on the TikToks?
It's cute. It's hilarious.
You have to talk to Rhea or Andrew.
Oh, boy. All right.
It's one of those two.
Special operations. It's working. Yeah.
They don't tell me nothing, Ronnie. Well, thank you for your call, Eastside Corey.
Well, you have a great comedy show. Keep up the good work, my friend. Oh, one more thing. Last week when you were doing ideas for Northridge, I love that creativity, and I love that part. I love that a lot.
Oh, the Black Entertainment District.
Yeah, what a great idea. So I love this concept where you're free thinking, you're daydreaming, your ideas are popping out. And same thing with this, the last Today Show, what to do. I like it. It's cool.
All right. Thank you. I
Use the imagination.
The support. All right. Have a good
All right,
day.
man.
Okay. Bye-bye then. All right, then. That's what I'm here for, right? Provide ideas. This is the new and improved Ideas Network on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back shortly.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's College Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get those free scholarship dollars. All month long, we'll be highlighting local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune in to 1017 The Truth's College Month so you can learn how your scholar can get those scholarship dollars. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Marquette University and Educators Credit Union.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can help open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th, in person December 10th and 11th at the Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're in construction, looking for contracts, or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Are you ready to do some baking? Because it's We Energy's Cookie Book time. This year's book is packed with dozens of cookie recipes to bake and share. We're sure you'll find a few new favorites. Pick up your copy of this holiday tradition from We Energies at one of our drive-through distribution events. Go to WeEnergies.com to find an event near you. From all of us at We Energies, we offer you warm wishes for a bright holiday season. We Energies. Energy you can depend on.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Eight 833-212-1017. We found a clip of the Marjorie Taylor Greene interview. It's a little clip. We might play it later. Maybe. She said some wild stuff when she was here. The weirdest thing about that interview is when she came to Good Karma Brands, it was expected that she would talk to my colleagues at a radio station that I guess it used to be known as more of a conservative talk radio station. Well, when Charlie Sykes was there at TMJ 620, and then Jeff Wagner, who was listed before he retired as one of the most influential conservative talk radio hosts. WTMJ was, like, that was their brand. They offered conservative talk radio. Quite honestly, I think The Truth is more conservative. If you look at the totality of what our brand is, like, there's what our brand actually is, and there's what people think it is. But looking at radio from the inside, I think we're more conservative here politically. Not me personally, but our, like, 40% of our program day is as conservative as they at TMJ used to be. It's a really interesting dynamic. Let's talk to someone else who's an interesting dynamic. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, man?
Doing all right.
Jeez.
Doing okay.
You get on my nerves.
Who get on your nerves?
I can't believe it. My dog, she bougie. She's old and bougie. She get on my nerves. She think I'm just going to continue to hand feed her all her food. I'm not going to hand feed you your food, Diamond. You can go on your bowl and you can eat your treats. If you don't eat them, oh, well. So she got to put her head down and went downstairs. What are you going on downstairs? Don't go back up. Heifer. And she worked my nerves. You were 12. You're not going to live to see 13. Man. But anyway.
Lisa, what part of the conversation today, is it all related to the bouginess of your dog that you're going to murder before its 13th birthday?
Well, I glanced at The View because I love The View. Between you and The View, I'll be watching at 10 o'clock. But, Marjorie is on there, and I don't want to hear her mouth because she's full of lies. She just wanted a name for herself. Well, Jasmine gave her that, so, Jasmine put it on the front page. So I don't believe anything she said. She two-faced it. She a liar. Girl gone by. For that other view that called about Marjorie, sweetie, when you look at the introductory, you talked about what she wore and all that stuff and how she looked. Well, that's just her walking out and sitting down at the table. So you were more into her fashion than what she had to say. But anyway, she ain't look too spectacular to me.
I was more into her fashion than what she had to say?
No, that the viewer that called before me. Yeah, they, whatever.
So
but
here's
anyway,
Lisa, before you go on, here's what's insane about what's happening in this moment. So we have TVs in our studio here. I'll look up and one of our TVs is tuned to CNN, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, not only is she on CNN right now, she is wearing the same blue dress that she wore when she was in the studio with me. She must like that dress.
I think she wore it on The View. I seen her in something blue. Her hair was flat,
Her hair is flat.
Nothing spectacular to look at.
She's had some work, though. She's got some lip injections, it looks like. Looks like she had a little Botoxy, too, a little bit. Looks like it.
But tell her, look, Jasmine is original. So tell her stop trying to be like Jasmine. But anyway, I think that's a great idea for bad drivers in Milwaukee. I really do, because I rarely go out. When I do go out, I'm going to my doctor's appointments because I don't want to drive anywhere around, Milwaukee. And when I do, I go out, to do my shopping, where they casually drive. You got old people driving and everybody pretty much respect. They just drive fast a little bit. But anyway, I think that's a good idea for the car to be taken. But, Sherwin, these kids now, the part that gets me, and I have heard this many times over, when the young ladies,
there's a hashtag that is trending called hashtag Rescue Diamond, because listeners of this program want to rescue your dog from you because they think you're going to kill your dog. So you're about to be trending globally. And that's not a good thing, Lisa, because people are going to want to rescue your dog from you. So just want to let you know what's happening in the world.
They tell them they're going to have a problem pulling her out of here. She ain't going nowhere.
You got one leg. How fast can you really chase after somebody? You can't chase. How many gears you got on your wheelchair? Low and high.
She's 12 years old, and I only got, 3 years of a wheelchair. But I could whip this wheelchair. Don't be fooled now.
I could out-jog you probably. I just jog until you ran out of battery.
Look, I'm going to join Mike's gym. I need to weight lift again. I need to power lift, leg lift, 560. I need to push it. I can't keep doing. I told the nurse that yesterday. I said, I ain't got time for this. Y'all little lollygaggy stuff. I don't do no happy anytime fitness or whatever Planet Fitness. I said, no, I need some weights. I need some steel. I need some iron, rather. I need some iron. But anyway, what I've learned at these when they get their taxes.
Please, you have 20 seconds because my segment is about to end and I got to take a break. I don't even know what.
One minute remaining.
You don't even got 1 minute. You got 15 seconds.
Okay, well, let me talk. You're taking up my time. These girls, when they get their taxes, they go and buy like a 2012 Cadillac Escalade. I said, don't do that. They go spend $8,000-$10,000. Don't do that. Are you crazy? Just go buy something for $2,500, $3,000. Be happy. I don't want that. I don't want that old trash, that old whatever.
2, 1.
I buy Sherwin. You make me sick.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for hour 2.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting. And these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV. The music. And now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
How is it possible for somebody to be found guilty of something and serve no jail time? How is it possible that someone can get a first offense misdemeanor when it comes to marijuana here in the state of Wisconsin and can face up to 6 months in jail, but two men who are convicted of murder get probation? This is not what justice is about. Why does this keep happening, Truth Nation? And why does it always seem like black people die and we don't get the justice that we deserve? How should we react to this? If you commit a crime, you must do the time. If you take somebody's life, you have to pay the cost. I don't care that it was an accident, because it does not make sense to me how someone can be murdered and somehow they get no time. Even if you accidentally kill somebody, you are still a murderer, especially when you plead guilty to felony murder. Marijuana will get you more time in jail than killing somebody, especially when it comes to a black man here in America, unfortunately.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
I'm Angela Bassett. As a first responder on screen, I know what it means to act fast in an emergency. In real life, the same urgency can save lives, especially when it comes to a food allergy. For 33 million Americans, one bite can turn an ordinary meal into a life-threatening reaction. And too often, they don't have the one thing that could save them: epinephrine. But emergencies don't wait. And when a severe reaction happens, being prepared makes all the difference. Now, there's a needle-free option, a new way to carry epinephrine that makes it easier than ever to be ready. No needles, no hesitation, because when the unexpected happens, the best thing you can do is be ready. Know the risk, know the options. Be ready to act. Learn more at foodallergy.org/ready to act.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. I like when government works and acts to put together solutions. Here's the problem. It takes a long time. We saw an uptick in reckless driving. It was almost like a convergence of these new incarnations of old crimes, of auto theft of the Kias and the Hyundais and the reckless driving. Both existed, so auto theft has always existed and reckless driving has always existed as well, but almost like it became cultural. And then you had the documentary, the Kia Boys documentary, made famous by Tommy G, that put Milwaukee on the map again for something that is dubious, a thing we shouldn't be proud of. And then y'all got mad at me when I interviewed Tommy G talking about, oh, he's exploiting these kids. Why nobody give a damn about them damn kids? You know what's crazy? One of the kids in the Kia Boys documentary, who was so quick to talk about how he steals cars and what they do with them, he got himself indicted. That's just wild to me. So y'all got mad at me, so, oh, you're just exploiting the kids. Yeah, you might as well grab the phone. Hello, Alan.
Hey, hi, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I don't know. I'm looking out the window here at these developers just waiting for the blank to hit the curb. You know what I'm saying?
Alan, why don't you move? Just move. It'd be so much
Why would I move? Why would I move?
Because the developers,
they broke the law.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Apparently,
Ashanti Hamilton, and I'm way back.
Ashanti Hamilton's not even in government anymore, dude.
He doesn't have to be. The reason that they're here is him.
What law did he break?
He's missing money.
I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. What
Okay, here's what happened. Let me tell you what.
No, Alan, don't tell me what happened. Tell me the state, because you researched
state statute.
Okay. Which
yes,
one?
of course I did. I filed briefs and motions ad nauseum.
Which?
What they broke. What do you mean with the? I'm telling you what they broke. First of all, they broke the community notifications where they're supposed to notify the members of the affected community prior to any meetings, prior to any rezoning. Secondly, which they did not do, and they admitted to not doing that. Secondly, what they did wrong was they did not appear at the original rezoning hearing back in 2019. Neither Hamilton nor any representatives of any of these numerous iterations, because they change their names to LLCs all the time,
okay,
so you can't sue them. So none of them appeared either,
Alan,
and they have not to this day.
Okay, we got it. Do you think that the government was also complicit in this law breaking by the developers?
Do I think members of the state?
No,
I think
anybody.
That the city,
do you think that all the so that's a
yeah,
yes
I
or
do.
no?
I think
okay.
Ashanti Hamilton was aware of it, definitely.
And bust a blood vessel. So what? So what they broke
so
the law?
What?
So what the alderpersons may have broken the law? So what the city broke the law? So what if the developers broke the law? Let me tell you why. Because if you're in government, you can break the law. You can make the law.
No, you can't. They're not breaking. Well,
yes,
there's
you
people
can.
who
Not
stand
only
up
if
to
you're
them.
in government can you break the law, you can be convicted of 34 felonies and be president. You can take authorizations. No. Don't oh my God me, because if Donald Trump is able to do it, break the law while being elected, so is Alderman Ashanti Hamilton. So is Alderwoman
Ashanti Hamilton's dealing.
Hold on, Al, we're going to clear it up right now so we ain't never got to talk about this.
Never
again. Hold on. If you're in government, you can do what you want. You don't like what they're doing, Alan? Why don't you run for government? Yes, you can. What you going to do about it?
No, you can't.
What you going to do about it, Alan?
Can't.
You're going to do nothing about it. Nothing is going to change. They're going to build that development, and it's going to block you.
Maybe.
Not maybe.
Maybe.
They broke the law. So
no.
What are you going to do about it?
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet they will be paid? I'll make you a bet right now in cold hard cash. We can put it somewhere and have an attorney hang on to it.
I'm not going to waste
Before we're done.
No, I'm not betting.
Before we're done, these developers and possibly the city will be paying damages to my neighbors.
All right.
Watch.
When did this
Watch and learn, my friend.
When did this process start? What year? Roughly?
They just started working over here on Monday.
No.
When we ready?
Alan, when did the first idea?
2019.
2019. It is now.
And we held them off from 2019 until now. Okay. And actually, I think there's a detente between myself and the alderwoman.
Because you tried to recall her and you failed, which we knew on the onset. But here's the bottom line.
I didn't fail at all. You didn't know anything. Sherwin, I never failed.
How many signatures did you
I didn't fail.
When was the deadline to turn in signatures?
It's not done yet. I'm not even there yet. It's right before the week before Thanksgiving. Okay. I got about two and a half weeks.
Okay.
I think to the 22nd, 21st.
All right, so you're not gonna get the signatures. But anyways,
I don't know what I'm gonna do or not yet. But you're not gonna mock me. I know that.
I'm not gonna mock. I'm just gonna tell you something I need you to understand. Government can break the law whether you like it or not. Government can say that you are qualified for benefits and you have to pay them. No, they can't. What are you gonna do, Alan? Do something about it. You can't do anything. I'm watching. You've been watching
when I'm in the process of doing things.
Government can break the law. I wish you would just understand that. Once somebody is elected, they're not accountable to anybody. Nobody care what Allen feels, and it's terribly unfortunate, blah, 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 the developers. But I'm trying to get him to understand because, he's a Trumper. It's weird how when Trump does it, it's okay, but when the older person and developers do it in his backyard, it's not. No. This is American politics, buddy. You actually voted for this, and so does 74 other million Americans. That's right, they voted for this. Government don't got to be accountable to you. Don't nobody care how you feel. Nobody care if your kids are hungry and you can't get your food share benefits. Don't nobody care. You're going to build a ballroom in your face while your kids are starving. Stop complaining about what government does. You better get with it and get on. Over here thinking it's sweet, gonna be mad at the developers. No. Government can do whatever it wants to do. It can break the law. It can create the law. It can destroy the law. It can look at the Constitution. It can tear the Constitution up if it wants to. That's what government does. That's the country that you live in. Now, when it happens on the local level, he got something to say about it.
I mean, they make the laws, so technically they can break them.
That's what Richard Nixon said. He said the president is above the law. He is the law. That's right. I don't even know why he getting so bent out of shape. Talking about, I'm going to recall the people. You ain't going to recall. You would recall your ass and take a nap. Don't you recall that, sir? Now, I'm sorry to be harsh, but for some reason, people don't get it. Imagine how Alan feels about a process that he believes was not followed. And he and some of his neighbors, I think they just tolerate him. They just sign whatever petitions he brings them just so he can go away. Right. But imagine feeling like your government is cheating you, like it's not being fair. Imagine your government not following the rules. Imagining your government doing whatever it wants. Imagining your government signing contracts with agencies, institutions, and corporations that go they're antithetical to what the American people want and need. Imagine a government like that. That's a terrible government. We elected it twice. So do not complain to me about an issue that you have with local government, because the federal government, led by a single man, does whatever he wants. Broke election law, committed the biggest election fraud that we have ever seen. And we have evidence, we're just waiting for it to be made public, that the man is a pedophile. When I tell you the government can do whatever it wants to do, and some people like that, Alan, you one of them. Because if Donald Trump came in here and built the same development, Alan would be out there with a golden shovel helping him break ground. Ain't that wild? But if it happens on the local level, well, that's not fair. If it happens at the federal level, it can happen anywhere else. Be damned what you think, Alan. I'm not trying to pick on you, Alan, because he's right now talking to his radio, probably getting mad, probably cussing out his black wife. But no, don't complain about how government is unfair. Because we have more legitimate complaints about what is happening at a higher up level of government that is affecting millions of people. But if people want to complain about that, well, Trump's the president. He can do whatever he wants. Well, Shanti Hamilton can do whatever he wants to. Shanti Hamilton was like, screw that. Develop all this land because I'm the government. Develop it. And then Ashanti was like, I'm going to go into the private sector. Shout out to Ashanti Hamilton for doing whatever the hell he did that we can no longer hold him accountable for. Can we talk about my nonprofit where we taking these confiscated cars and giving them and donating them or selling them at low cost to families that qualify? Can we please get back to that? What has happened in the last 30 minutes? Eastside Corey called in and gayed everything up. He wanted to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Fine. Lisa called in talking about killing her dog. Fine. Alan is calling back. Not fine. Alan, I'm just going to make my point while I know you're listening and calling at the same time. Don't complain about what is happening to you in your neighborhood that government may have overreached and you said they violated state law. So what? We live in a time where the right people that are in government at the right time can do whatever they want. Now, I know that you don't like that, but a lot of us don't like what is happening at the federal level, and if we complain about it, you're going to tell us to shut up. Well, now we're telling you to shut up. I mean, with all due respect, though, just saying, nobody really cares that local government has aggrieved you because the federal government is aggrieving millions of people right now. You know what I mean? All right. I'll take this call, though. Hello there. Hi.
Hello, this is Bob.
Good Lord. Hey, Bob, this is Ricky. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah. I believe in Russia.
Bob, hold on. Bob, this is Ricky. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, I'm going to give you. Wait. I know. I'm going to give you the comment.
No. This ain't Bob. This ain't Sherwin. It's Ricky. I need to tell Sherwin what you're going to talk about. Now, what are you going to say?
In Russia, Epstein sent a woman 17 or under and Rush and Trump messed with her, and that's why it's so nice to Russia.
Okay, Bob, can you hold on? I'm gonna put you on hold. Okay, I'm gonna get you through the Sherwin. Hold on, okay?
All right.
And on the line we have Bob. Hey, Bob, how are you?
How you doing, Sherwin? Is that you? You on there?
Yeah. You were Ricky answered the phone. That was Ricky. Turn whatever music or noise you have down in the background. Turn it down.
Oh, yeah. You know, I got this. I don't have mute on it, but I can cut it off. Okay. You know, do you know Epstein sent a woman down to Russia? I heard this on the TV 2 years ago. And that's why he's so nice to Putin, because he messed with a 17 or under woman in Russia. I heard it on TV. I don't know if it's true or not. And that's why he throws out the red carpet for Putin, and he dogs out Zelensky on the air, and then wants Zelensky to give up some of his land.
Bob, have you been listening to any of my shows so far? Any of it?
I just woke up, man. I'm sorry. I had to tell you this last week, and I just needed to tell you.
Bob, I got something I need to tell you, okay? This is going to help out everybody. I'm going to give you some very sound advice, and I want you to take it, please. I'm asking you very nicely, okay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Before you call into my show, turn it on and just listen for a little bit and see if the topic is something that is interesting to you and something that you want to give a comment on, or if you have a question about. So let's begin your calls with what I am currently talking about, because I'm trying to put together some solutions to improve our community, but I can't continue my conversation about solution. That's why we don't get anywhere, because I'm being distracted by people that are calling in that are not even listening to my show. Like, I'm looking for input from people so we can have a solution to some prevailing problems. And so Donald Trump and a 17-year-old, while I'm sure in another conversation that's relevant, it just isn't relevant at this moment. So do us this favor. Before you call in tomorrow, just listen for about 5 minutes. Because you can have a comment on anything, no matter what I'm talking about. You always have something to say about the topic. I just would appreciate if when you call, we can begin with your question or comment about the current topic. And then we can get all crazy after that. Can you do that for us, Bob?
Sure. But can I say one more thing that's maybe not on topic, is interesting, Sherwin? I would appreciate it. Just one more time. Just let me do. You know, you have to be careful messing with me. Me and my fraternity brothers used to signify on each other all the time in college. I know how to signify real good. You know, if you can remember, I can give you an example. The time when DT and you called in, and I said, DT, I do 69. Sherman said, that's why you ain't got a girlfriend. You remember I said that? I'm patient. I can wait. So you better be nice to me, because I will tear you up. Now, I got to do it intelligently, because you're a VIP and I'm on the radio. That's all I had to say, Sharon. I just want you to learn to be nice to me, because I'm very, very patient and very good in signifying. All right, Sharon. I'm going to have to let you. Only thing I wanted to say, advise you with, and I should talk to you later, sir. I will hang up the phone.
Well, he ruined that. I have never wanted to call a black man the N-word so bad in my life. I have never, ever wanted... The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Milwaukee Panthers hit the road as they head to South Carolina to take on the Wooford Terriers.
The home whites and Dorsey is dropping off. Fields inside, rises up, and emphatically sends it in. Left side, 15 to shoot. No look behind the back to Kone, who rises up, throws it down, and what a pass from Amar.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
Contract-ready businesses, opportunity seekers, partnership builders, deal closers. Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, is focused on you. This event puts small businesses like yours in the room with buyers, partners, and mentors who can open doors to bigger opportunities. Join us online December 9th and in person December 10th and 11th at Baird Center in downtown Milwaukee. Whether you're a construction company looking for contracts or a service provider ready to grow, Marketplace Wisconsin is for you. Meet one-on-one with government reps, corporate buyers, and resource providers. Small businesses like yours keep Wisconsin moving forward. Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is here to propel your growth. So join them for Marketplace Wisconsin, the Governor's Conference on Diverse Business Development, December 10th and 11th. Register today at marketplacewisconsin.com. That's marketplacewisconsin.com. Presented by WEDC. Let's look forward together.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tired of having the wool pulled over your eyes? U.S. Cellular is offering 4 lines for $90 a month with your choice of 4 of the latest phones for free. No trade-in or hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Clearly, I have to be the one to put my foot down to keep order around here. That goes for you too, DJ Ricky Allenz.
You don't put no foot on me.
Phone gonna get answered. The YouTube video is gonna start. We gotta clean the house up a little bit now. We gonna clean this house up. Cause you know what happens when we don't clean the house up, Ricky? You know what happens. Let me tell you what happens. That's when them white folks are like, well, we gave you a chance and you guys are just not performing. You know, we tried. You know, we know that you're kind of like a lower order of people. We understand that, okay? So if you guys aren't getting, I'm serious. Every conversation I have ever had in working for some kind of a Caucasian employer, they're like, well, you're forcing our hand here, you know? So here's what we're going to do for the next 37 months, okay? What time do you normally start work? Okay, you start work at 7? Okay, you're going to start working at 3 a.m. now, okay? And if you're here at 3:01, that's going to be a demerit point. You're going to get here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're going to start by sweeping the floor. Then you're going to make lunch for everybody. Okay, no, I didn't want to have to do this, but we have to make sure that we're enforcing. Hell no. Just saying, we're going to have to. Got to get it together here. And I'm going to do a much better job of keeping people on topic, I really wish the YouTube chat would help me. Every now and again, I scan the YouTube chat to see if there's any ideas that are on topic with what I'm discussing. Reggie is over here telling y'all that the first frost was at 6 a.m. and you need to get your collard greens in the house. What does that have to do with anything? What does turnip greens and frost have to do with Lamont Westmoreland putting out a press release saying that vehicles that are driving recklessly can be confiscated? And then I have an idea that I've had for a while, that we get these confiscated vehicles and abandoned vehicles and surplus property, and we repackage them and we sell them at low cost to families that need cars. That's all. And then Allen calls in. Allen is mad that the government is breaking the law. Not Trump. Trump is okay to break the law. He doesn't like that his local elected officials broke the law. You know, the black ones. So we had to deal with that. Then Lisa calls. Lisa started her conversation by threatening to kill her dog. Now there's a hashtag trending to save Lisa's dog from murder. Bob was watching television, which he so eloquently told us when he called in, said that Vladimir Putin sent Donald Trump a 17-year-old girl. So that's why. And guess what's going to end up happening? Sherwin, we listened to the show the other day, and I think we're going to go in a different direction. I think, sorry, we tried. You're a black. We respect that. Slavery, and, it's really bad. We know. But it's just not. Y'all keep it up. The truth going to end up being a Christian rock and roll station. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. I have seen it happen. And they're always just so sympathetic. Oh, I know. Well, we did put together a severance for you. Okay, cool. Well, what's my severance? 3 McDonald's ice cream cone coupons. I know it's really generous. I know we value your service. And so that's it. They send me out of here. Oh, wait, one thing before you go. And I'll be like, yeah, well, what is it? And they snatch my coffee cup out of you're not leaving with our coffee either. So, all right, then. Well, thank you. It's been nice working with you. Sherman, you're on 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
Hey, how you doing today?
I don't know.
I'm going to try my best to stay. Yeah, I know what you're going through, because I was frustrated listening to some of the callers, too. And the idea that you have about the cars, I had said this to my ex-wife about, I think, like 17 years ago. Even like with lawnmowers, snowblowers, stuff like that, try to teach some of these kids to do something other than doing something really dumb. Like, even with the ones that want to steal the cars and speed, you can take the cars, take it to mechanic shops, because especially males, they love competition. See who can paint the best, who can put the car together the fastest, and stuff like that. And you can also, branch off to doing houses, these abandoned houses, the same way, too. I'm pretty sure Home Depot, Lowe's, and Menards will, sponsor some of these houses. Then they can auction it off. And, the teams that put the house together or the car together, they get the money to go to college or whatever else they want to do with it. So I agree with you on that.
Thank you.
It's a good idea.
Well, because we do something similar with houses, like the city and different nonprofits will get these houses, these abandoned houses, the tax foreclosed houses, and we hire people from nonprofit organizations to get young people involved in fixing up the houses. Like, that actually exists. I just want to do it with cars, but you're right. Small engine repair, all of those things could be a possibility, and it gives those young people a skill where they don't have to go and pay tuition to have to, go to school to learn those skills.
Because in those funny car races, they can take a motor apart in an hour. Break it all the way down, the pistons, the camshaft, the crankshaft, and everything in an hour, and have it back within an hour.
That's right.
They can do the same thing. Learn how to change a tire in a blink. Because the stock cars, they do it all the time. And for these, but in order to get to the kids, we have to get to the parents too. Because sometimes it's the parent that may be in the way of these kids. Because some of these parents will green light everything. Little Ray, he got a problem, anger problem. No, he really don't. Because when he go to jail, that anger problem somehow, some way disappears. So we have to make sure that we get in the mindset, okay, if this is what you want, we'll help you, but you have to help yourself. You can't come in here smelling like weed, can't come in here with your pants sagging, because this is a skill that's going to take you beyond today and beyond tomorrow. Because this program that you wanted to implement, it can be done across the world, especially across the United States. But we all have to get behind it. And we can get behind it if we having this serious conversation that somebody call in about Marjorie Taylor Greene, about the Republicans doing this, the Democrats doing that. No, we have to stick to the task because we're so short-sighted about things. Anything can take our attention away from the serious problem. And reckless driving is a serious problem. Most people don't think about it until their kid gets run over, until their mother get run over, until their father get run over, or their house get ran into. That's when it becomes a problem. All right. You have a good day, brother.
Thank you very much. See there? You're right, Curly Q. Sherman will get us back on track. And then lo and behold, hi, Sherwin, you know what? We're going to keep you. No. We jumped the gun a little bit. No, we're gonna keep your show because Sherman got you guys back on track, okay? Now still have your black ass here at 3 o'clock in the morning, ready to clean and make lunches, but we're going to keep your show. Okay, I'm going to put you on probation for the next 13 years. I'm going to take a break, come back. We'll talk to Al on the other side. I know that he's got some very insightful, interesting perspectives on the topics of the day. I am sharing with you all an idea that I had some years ago of creating an organization that takes, let me give you another example. Sometimes Milwaukee police vehicles go out of service just because the fleet is getting replaced. You can paint a police vehicle and it's what do they drive? Well, Crown Vics or even those Explorers, some of those Explorers, the Ford Explorers, that I think detectives and not detectives, but like sergeants and captains, lieutenants drive. Those can get repurposed as well. You just take off the police decals and you can sell those to families as well. MPS has got a lot of vehicles. The Department of Public Works, they have like pickup trucks that you can repurpose instead of auction them off. Because I think those vehicles probably get crushed. We are discarding a lot of vehicles that could be of use to families that cannot afford to buy a car. I just purchased a car and it was a lot of money. Cars are extremely expensive. But you have to have one in southeastern Wisconsin because we are not anytime soon going to be expanding our public transportation options. So if we can do something to ease the burden of transportation costs, because we're looking at trying to reduce costs everywhere else. Like Donald Trump and everybody else, they campaign on, we got to have cheaper eggs and grocery prices. What about transportation costs? Now, there's a way in which we can do it. Problem is we are so antiquated in our thinking in southeastern Wisconsin. There's an entire political party that for the most part is anti light rail and high-speed rail because it would integrate the region. So, okay, we can't fight them on that because they're always going to win that battle. But we can do things with these surplus vehicles and make them more affordable to families that qualify, but also give young people a skill. Because being a mechanic is worth its weight in gold. And Sherman was right. Knowing how to fix small engines like lawnmowers. Every single spring, I'll bet you, because y'all don't store your lawnmowers properly, your lawnmower doesn't start because you don't put fuel stabilizer in it and you don't store your vehicles or you store your lawnmowers and whatnot the proper way. So you got to have somebody repair it. You start your lawnmower for the first time, I don't know, maybe in April, maybe in May, and it doesn't start, and then you want to take it to get it fixed. Now the wait at the mechanic is 6 months. We have some ideas, ladies and gentlemen. We just gotta stick together and just see them through. I'm going to take a break, come back, give you the rest of the details of how I believe this organization can work. They can repurpose fleet vehicles and impounded vehicles, because we're going to have an influx of impounded vehicles, and some of those vehicles will never get picked up again because of the new reckless driving ordinance that allows the Milwaukee Police Department to tow and confiscate vehicles right there on the spot if they were used to drive recklessly. And you only get this kind of information. Say it with me now. The truth say it with me, Ricky. You ready? Zach, you too. Let's all say it together like a chorus. You only get this kind of information on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes.
Well,
why do you sound... Can we do it with a little more, like, excitement? You ready? Let's take it from the top. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes.
Little weage.
I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Your home has been working hard for you. Now it's time to let it work a little harder. With a home equity line of credit from Brewery Credit Union, you can turn the equity you've built into smart solutions. Pay off high-interest debt, remodel your kitchen, or take care of life's unexpected expenses with flexible access to funds when you need them. Apply today and put your home's value to work for you. Visit brewerycu.com or stop by Brewery Credit Union. Equal housing lender. Federally insured by NCUA.
The American Cancer Society is launching Voices of Black Women, the largest ever study focused on Black women's health. This groundbreaking initiative is aimed at understanding health conditions like cancer so we can learn how to improve overall health among Black women. If you're a Black woman between 25 and 55 with no history of cancer, you can join by completing an online survey and short follow-ups twice a year. Your voice matters, because together we can uncover the root causes of cancer disparities and build a healthier future for generations to come. Learn more and enroll today at voices.cancer.org.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our Black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our Black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our Black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
(833-212-1017), 833-212-1017. Gonna get back to what I think could be a wonderful organization that can check a lot of boxes. It can provide affordable, reliable transportation to families that need it, because public transportation seems like it's going to shrink. And it can provide skills and job training for young people who have an interest, because I think that there are young people that have an interest in vehicle repair and engine repair, and they may not have options and opportunities, because I don't know if they still even have auto shops in schools. Maybe they have it at Tech. I'm not sure anymore. The thing about the trades is you've got to connect the trades to young people that are actually interested in that. You can't just tell a wayward youth, hey, go be a welder. Some of these kids don't need to be anywhere near fire. But if there are children that are like, oh, no, I think, melting metal and making things with, a blowtorch is interesting to me, then those are the young people that you want to give welding opportunities. And there are young people that might want to fix up these vehicles. There's a lot of surplus property. It could be old sheriff's vehicles, police vehicles, fleet vehicles from the Department of Public Works that would otherwise get, crushed or auctioned off. We can take those vehicles and have young people fix them up, and then we can provide them at a very low cost to families that need them. And this is a whole business plan that I have, and I'm going to share it with you all because somebody needs to implement it, because I have to quit this job, which sometimes I think about. When I was off early September, about 2 weeks, I think that was the longest I had been employed in radio and not broadcasting, and it felt great. I loved it a lot. I think when I was younger, if I took time off of work, I'd be like, oh, I'm bored. I want to get back to work. I miss working. No. I love what I do, but I also love the stuff that I find to do when I'm not doing what I love to do. I'm never bored. I don't know how y'all get bored. It's always something I can do. Even if I'm just staring at the wall, I'll enjoy staring at the wall. I can always find something to do. But I would have to dedicate a lot of my time to this endeavor. So I'm going to give the idea away to you guys. And if you need my help, by all means, I'm here to help you. You know who else is here to help? Hi, Al. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm doing good. There used to be places around Wisconsin that would help people buy cars if they went through the process. But I also think it should be some type of probationary period where the student can show some dedication and some inspiration to go through. Because keep in mind, if some of these men and women ain't used to having sugar honey iced tea, and if they're coming from a house where the people in the house ain't about sugar honey iced tea, just as quick as they get it, they're going to lose that sugar honey iced tea. So it should be a probationary period. Also, whether if it's a boy or a girl, that's going through this process, somebody going to have to tell him or her in the process that your household is effed up. Because some of these households is why these young men and these young women is not prospering in life. Because some people want to sit on the crack of their ass collecting them checks and getting drunk and keeping all that chaos and that police at their house 5 and 6 times a week with them co-op blinds. So if this kid goes through this process, somebody going to have to tell him or her, and I don't care if you're black, white, and whatever religion you are, your household is effed up. And they might have to remove themselves from that household, because if they gain it and they go back to that F-up household, they're going to lose that sugar honey iced tea. So if they put this program, they're going to have to go all the way through, but they're going to have to give them maybe 6 months. If they go through it for 6 months and they do good, then they can get it. But just like they just go through it, then they'll get it, they're going to lose that sugar honey iced tea. Because just as quick as you give it to them, they'll lose it. And you got to pay big attention to the household and the people that they come from. Because when you look at some of the household, they low down. But they know how to talk about that Bible. But if they go through that process, it needs to be a probationary period when they show that they are actually dedicated and involved into finishing it. And I'm gonna just let you know this: you ain't nobody at the truth can even compete with you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And as long you don't ever do like that boy in Oklahoma, because the boy in Oklahoma, that teenage boy in Oklahoma who took the cookie by rape and didn't have to serve no jail time, you would be cool. But you know what? When nobody would talk about it if they would stop doing it. And that's strictly in-house. And that's not even dealing with you. So I just wanted to share that information. I hope everybody have a good day. But it needs to be a probationary period that they go through it so they can earn it and keep it and don't lose it. Because if they're not used to having sugar honey iced tea, they're coming from a house where people ain't about sugar honey iced tea, he going to lose that sugar honey iced tea just as quick as you get it. And he going to be in the same predicament with them people in that bull sugar honey iced tea. So it's about wisdom and growth and progression, dedication and determination and inspiration to provide. But you got to be able to tell these young men and young women that household ain't about sugar, honey, iced tea. Because if you don't tell them, they're going to F up and lose everything they got and going to be right around with them people who don't got sugar, honey, iced tea. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too, Al. I think Al should be on the board of directors. He said sugar, honey, iced tea a lot. Sometimes I get a little freaked out because I think he's actually going to say the word. And when he says effed up, sometimes I think he's going to say the actual F word, but he doesn't. He proves his point. No, I agree. That's we got to have people that are going to be dedicated to any program that we offer them that's going to give them a skill set and potentially a career and or a vocation. What employers will tell you in certain industries where they're really starved for labor, they'll give like signing bonuses. They'll have paid training. And I've heard this for years because imagine the number of organizations and nonprofits and even some folks in the trades. We used to have a collaboration in the previous radio station with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And when I say that they gave their apprentices everything, they would help them get their GEDs and their high school diplomas. If they needed like special help in like math, they would help them with that. They would give them on-the-job training to be electrical workers. They would train them throughout the entire apprenticeship and the learning process, and then they would get guaranteed jobs on current sites and construction projects going on right now, whether it be here or in Waukesha or in Ozaukee County. It was all guaranteed, and here's what happened. They kept coming back to us. Sherwin, we're getting a lot of interest in our program, and we're getting young men in, and they're taking their GED classes, and some of them are getting their GEDs. But then when they get their first paycheck or their second paycheck, they never come back. Do you guys have any appreciation for how common that is? You'll take somebody who has nothing going on, no job, and they'll owe child support. They got tickets they got to pay. They got fines they got to pay. These brothers need money desperately, and then someone hires them and says, look, here's a program. We're going to help get you on your feet. We're going to pay you $15, $20 while you come and learn and train, and we're going to give you an opportunity for a lifetime so you can feed yourself and your kids and buy a house, and you'll be set. They get that first or that second paycheck, and they stop coming. We had to terminate the program because it was so embarrassing for us that people would sign up for these programs, get their first little couple $100 check, and then it's horrible. And I don't know what we do about that. Because if somebody bends over backwards to give you an opportunity, and then at the same time, we'll have a community saying, oh, nobody's helping us, nobody is doing anything for us. Have we ever thought to consider how many people have ruined these opportunities where some companies, they run away from Milwaukee? Like, I don't want to have nothing to do with no labor or nobody from Milwaukee because they're going to get that first paycheck and they ain't going to come back. It's so embarrassing. Or if you talk to someone who is hiring, you can't find good employees. You know how many businesses are closing in this city? Have you guys heard of like a rash of like restaurants and bars, some of which have been around for a long time, just closing their doors? They can't find people. People don't want to work, and what's going to happen is a lot of these companies are going to adjust. Like, okay, we can't find people, then we're going to have all AI, or we're going to automate everything. Because hiring people takes a real kind of human commitment, especially if there's a machine that can do it, because machines ain't got to call in sick. Machines don't complain. Machines don't need vacation time. Machines don't need benefits. I see the advantage. All right, take a break, come back. Are we even talking about this? What are we even talking about anymore? So we just might as well just play the damn Marjorie Taylor Greene interview. Did you listen to it, Ricky? You ain't listen to it? All right. Some of this is my fault, too. Sometimes I don't stick to the script. I'm trying, though. Take a break, come back, continue the conversation about, I don't know, I guess sex, I guess. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's a big week for Marquette University during College Scholarship Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. During this week, we will highlight the many full tuition scholarship opportunities they offer and tell you why your student should apply to attend Marquette University. When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected with something greater. Marquette University. Be the difference. Visit marquette.edu to apply and find more information on their scholarships.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm reading the YouTube chat, and people are talking about working out with a Swiss ball. JD says, I work out on a Swiss ball with weights too. Core strong as F. Lisa says, why are you the man? What's happening? And Lisa says, yeah, it's tiring, but the Swiss ball is evil. I miss planks. I got up to holding 1 minute and 37 seconds. LT says he's going to be back in the gym in 3 weeks. The General Squeak is astonished by some of my facial expressions. Marvin Jenkins says, once again, Al is correct. Not all of these people can be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. The general is saying to Al, preach. Sincere says, Al definitely knows his sugar honey iced tea. Felix just says, cookie. Linda says, facts, 100%. Because she wrote it with a lot of exclamation points. JD the poet says, 1 minute 37 seconds is good, Miss Lisa. Felix said, what kind of cookie and milk? Not Really a City Girl says, hey, Al. Sincere says, now stir that up. Well said, Al.
Why are you reading it like a book, like a kid's book?
JD the Poet says, they get 2 checks and go get a quarter pound. The General says, yep. Then Lisa says to JD, no, there was a 67-year-old man that could hold a plank for 7 minutes, hold conversations. I watched him, shocked face. That was my goal to get where he was. Okay. Marvin says, there's a reason why Costco, Sam's Club, IKEA, Amazon, and others are all around Milwaukee due to a lack of good labor. Well, also, though, Marvin, we don't have a lot of available space to have large discount retailers that big. We don't really have that kind of space. Vanessa says, Marvin, yep, I love using Scan and Go at Sam's Club. Just bypass checkout. Lisa, when you work out and do leg day, I bet that's a half day for you. What, Ricky? Why are you looking at me?
Really?
Yes, it's
That
not
was so disrespectful.
No, it isn't, because you don't need to do leg day all day. You just do a half a day. Leg day. You didn't see what JD posted in the chat earlier? He posted 4 different prosthetic legs. That was his chat. He put just fake legs up when Lisa was on the phone. It was very funny. I mean, I'm not laughing at Lisa. I think Lisa is a little misguided sometimes, but she's a nice lady. All right, you ready? We're going to need a board of directors, recruit 5 to 7 members with expertise in automotive repair and training, nonprofit management, law enforcement or city government, finance and accounting, community development or social services. We're going to have to build key partnerships, with city and local governments, city and county governments. Get it out, Sherwin. Work with departments that manage impound lots, vehicle confiscations, or abandoned property. Negotiate agreements where unclaimed cars can be donated to your nonprofit rather than auctioned off or scrapped. Vocational schools and community colleges partner with auto tech programs to recruit student interns for repair work, offer internship credits and small stipends and or salaries. Secure sponsorships from auto parts suppliers and dealerships. Ask insurance companies or towing companies to donate cars or services. I didn't even think about that. You know, there are some people that take their vehicles to be serviced, and it's not an expensive vehicle, obviously. And let's say they need a Y pipe, they need a full exhaust, and they need 4 brakes, and the total is $1,200. And the person gets the call from the mechanic, yeah, we got your vehicle ready, it's $1,200, and the people never go back and get their cars. And sometimes that mechanic doesn't have the time and the effort to sell the vehicle. And it's a headache because the vehicle's registered to somebody else. Somebody is just not picking their vehicle up, so you got to wait till the registration expires. You probably got to do a whole thing. There are a lot of vehicles that get abandoned, and it's sad because there are families that could use those vehicles. Create the car rehabilitation program. The goal is to refurbish donated cars so they're safe, reliable, and affordable. The steps: tow or receive donated vehicles to a central garage, the workshop. Auto interns diagnose and repair under supervision of certified mechanics. Each car undergoes A, a full safety inspection, B, basic repairs, tires, brakes, fluids, lights, emissions. Next is detailing and cleaning. Once certified roadworthy, vehicles are added to the nonprofit's mobility fleet. These are vehicles that are ready to go out the door. Distribution to low-income individuals, eligibility, proof of employment, or offer them a job. Income below a defined threshold, 150% of the federal poverty line is an example. Must live in an area with limited public transit options. Free cars for individuals in crisis, single parents, veterans, victims of domestic violence. Low-cost sales, vehicles sold at a small markup, $500 to $2,500 to cover parts and labor. Warranty, each vehicle includes a 6-month basic warranty. All service performed by the nonprofit's auto interns. There'll be revenue streams, cost control. long-term growth strategies, I think this could actually work. So if anybody is interested in this, just replay this YouTube show, and then you can get all the details of the Wheels to Work program. Right now, I'm going to take a break. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be back for Hour 3.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube,
where strong voices meet strong opinions.
Tell your kids who were supposed to be the seventh generation that Paw Paw's an idiot because Paw Paw decided he wanted to be Make America Great, but meanwhile the Chinese ain't buying soybeans from us no more because of policies Donald Trump put in, and they voted for us. You know, I don't know what we're gonna do. I know what you should have did. You should have voted for somebody that wasn't gonna put tariffs out there. I love God, but God can't save you from nonsense. You don't deserve a bailout. You can't sit here and vote one way, and then when your economy gets decimated, your way of life gets destroyed, you want to pray to God? God didn't tell you to go to that poll and vote against your own best interest. That was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1. Streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Glad you are on this ride with us. Gonna talk about day 37 of the government shutdown. This is officially the longest government shutdown in American history. Also have a list of airports as promised that I'm gonna give you in case you plan on doing some holiday traveling. Want to let you know which airports, as of right now, are expected to experience major service disruptions and delays so you can plan accordingly. I do have good news. Milwaukee's General Mitchell Airport is not on the list. Not yet. of airports that are going to be dramatically impacted by the government shutdown. So I'm going to give you that full list. The list is long, and it does include some of the busiest airports in the country. I got a question for you, not because it's related to the topic at all. I just have a curiosity. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are listening to this program, if you're going to chime in, do so either by texting at 833-212-1017. I'll give you the number again. It's 833-212-1017. Or type in your answer in the YouTube chat. If you haven't done so already, go to youtube.com or open up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device. Hit subscribe, of course, and then participate in our YouTube chat stream, which is lively. What's your favorite American city to travel to visit, to spend time in? Not an international destination, your favorite place in America to go. Could be a small town, could be a big city. Tell me what your favorite city is. I want to see if there's some consensus, because I got my favorite cities. I got like 5 or 6 cities that I could go to and just always have a good time, always relax, always find fun things to do. Believe it or not, Milwaukee is one of my favorite cities. I know some of you may disagree with that, but I like it here. What? What's wrong with Milwaukee? It's plenty to do in this.
No, I'm just surprised that it's your favorite city.
It's on the list.
It's a lot of things to do here, believe it or not.
Plenty. Whatever you in the mood for. We got fantastic entertainment. You can go get you some nice little food. We got, depending on the season, right? You got sporting events. You can go get drunk as hell.
There's a lot of low-key spots, too, like food spots.
Is. Ooh, it's sure. I got plenty.
I should have never started you up.
I call them duck-offs. When I want to go do hood rat stuff, y'all will never catch me.
What hood rat spots you be going to? Where you be at?
No, it's not a hood rat spot. It's hood rat things that I do.
You be in Cudahy, huh? St. Francis, West Allis. Walking Shaw, the Ghetto Shaw.
Well, hold on. So Cudahy.
Racine. You be in Beloit and Racine, don't you? Be ducked off with them guys.
Don't you? Your black ass better not ever bring a Racine ever again.
Yeah, you be down there with them gals, the mixed gals. Beloit and Racine. And then you go to 7 Mile Fair on Saturday mornings.
I've actually never been to 7 Mile Fair.
Really?
Well, look where it is. It's in Racine. No, I'm serious. I swear to God, I've never been there before. So I don't leave the county, but so I know Zach probably whispered in your ear, Cudahy. Cudahy is not what you think. In fact, my guy put me on to a place in Cudahy that I was like, wait a minute, where am I at? Every woman was thick. They're playing hip hop. I was like, wait now.
I used to live in St. Francis, so I know how Cudahy gets down.
You know what I mean? It wasn't too bad. It was all right. But no, just in the city, there's a lot of things to do. So Milwaukee is one of my favorite cities. I happen to live here. But if you all have other cities that you like, they're fun, there's things to do there, they're relaxing. It could be because of the weather. I do like to go to some warm weather, take me a short vacation during the winter. Because the winter is cool. Like, I'm used to it because, I'm a Wisconsinite. But by like February, I'm sick of it. March especially, if the weather is not starting to break and get a little warmer in March, then I get kind of anxious and I might want to travel to a warm weather destination. So yeah, in the YouTube chat, list off a few of your favorite American cities and why you like those cities. Americans suffer as shutdown persists, flight delays, missed paychecks, and a SNAP benefit gap. From Washington, D.C., the longest government shutdown has hit day 37 with Democrats and Republicans still at a stalemate. Americans have been feeling the brunt of the shutdown with more than 1 million federal workers currently working without pay. Let me pause there for a second. If I was forced to work because of some contract or arbitrary labor agreement without pay, you ain't getting no good service from me. If I am at work, if I've been working for 37 days, you know how many paychecks missed that is? That's getting close to 3 paychecks. Don't let me be a TSA person. I'd be the worst TSA person you have ever seen. I would be so bad at working for the Transportation Safety Administration, you would never want to fly again. I would scream at everyone. What are you doing? You know you can't bring lotion bottles in here? Get up, come here. Get into the back of the line. I would be awful. That's how most TSA people sound anyway. They scream at everybody. Now the shutdown will soon cause even more problems for Americans, with federal officials announcing yesterday that the FAA will be cutting flights across the country if air traffic controllers continue to be unpaid. Quote, there's going to be at least a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said yesterday. Also noting that data-based decision is designed to alleviate pressure on controllers as they work to keep our skies safe. There may be flight delays or cancellations. Our top priority is that when Americans fly, they will make it to their destination safely because the U.S. Department of Transportation and the FAA News have done their work. He later added that in a post on X. FAA Administrator Brian Bedford said the agency is not going to wait for a problem in order to act. Saying the shutdown is causing staffing pressures and, quote, we can't ignore them. He and Duffy said they plan to meet with airline leaders on Wednesday to figure out how to safely implement the reduction. Let me give you guys the list of airports. Also, correction I need to make about something I said yesterday. Most of y'all missed it, probably weren't paying attention to it. I was talking about the string of victories that Democrats won on Tuesday. I said that New York elected their first black mayor. No, they elected their first black woman mayor. Caught that yesterday. So New York has had, not New York, Detroit. Good grief. Mamdani, apparently, his whole staff and transition team is all women. Shout out to him. That's fantastic. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you something that you guys may not know, or maybe something you do know and you deny. Women make better business decisions than men. In every instance where I've had the opportunity to work at the pleasure of a woman or a man, women make better, more sound decisions. I don't know why, they just do. Men make stupid decisions a lot of the times, and then they'll make the stupid decision, but then make everybody else follow the stupid decision because, they're the man that made it. Women are better at delegating authority and placing people that have a particular skill set or talent in the places in which their skill set and their talent can best be exhibited. In my working career and working in Democratic Party politics, a lot of women had really, really high-profile positions all throughout Democratic Party politics because that's just really what the party is. It actually does prioritize qualified women getting the best job over men who are not qualified, and that's how it's supposed to be. The women that I have worked for, it has been an absolute pleasure just to be in the room while they are making the decisions that ultimately turn out to be better than decisions that men make. And I'm saying this as a man. Men don't have all that many advantages outside of physical strength. And nobody... our jobs nowadays are not contingent upon how heavy of a log we can lift. So shout out to Mamdani and having a bunch of women. They're going to make very sound decisions. Oftentimes, people who are marginalized in a society, and you can fill in the blank with whoever that is because we marginalize and crap on everybody in America, they can show you and prove to you where the inconsistencies are and how they need to be remedied. If I look at the differences between African Americans and white people have an inability to thoroughly understand and how to implement solutions for black people in a system that they curated to fit themselves. They can't do it. They can't. They don't have that ability. They think that they do, but they don't. And they oftentimes execute decisions that are laughable because they think that, oh, no, this works for us. It's going to work for you too. Not even close. I also don't think that a man is qualified to make important and legislative decisions on behalf of women. I just don't. It's just not possible. I don't think the Caucasian people, when you band them together, there's this whole concept called group polarization. You guys familiar with it? It rules our politics and our decision making. And this is where things go to get screwed up. like how committees sometimes that have to come up with a decision screw up the decision. If you have a conservative person who needs to make a decision about, I don't know, a federal policy, a new law, an ordinance, whatever, how you distribute resources, how you fund governments, whatever it is. But it's a single conservative person, and they make a decision, right? But then if you take that same decision that needs to be made, and maybe it's about funding local governments, maybe it's about allocating resources to healthcare, to education, whatever. And you ask that one conservative to make a decision, boom, they'll make it. But when you get a group of conservatives together to make the same decision, okay? They got to figure out a funding allocation for local governments, or how we're going to fund infrastructure, or how we're going to fund clean air and water, whatever. When you get a group of conservatives together, the decision that they come up with collectively is far more conservative than any one of them if they made that decision alone. Let me give you the example with a liberal. If you ask a politically liberal person, a left of center person, to make a decision about some of those same things that I just mentioned, funding for education, infrastructure, healthcare, how we allocate funding and shared revenue to local governments, whatever. Okay, you ask that liberal, that left of center person to make that decision, they'll make it. If you get a bunch of liberals together and ask them to make the same decision, the decision that they come up with will be far more liberal than any one of them. It is called group polarization. You can get a single liberal and ask them to make a decision on how Milwaukee County is going to fund the Department of Aging. And then, boom, the liberal will make that decision. You get a bunch of liberals together, a bunch of liberals on a committee. So there's no partisan breakup on this committee. And you ask this group of liberals to make a decision on how the government, how state government, the federal government is going to fund the county Department of Aging. That group of liberals is going to say, well, we got to have free health care for everyone. And we got to have free college tuition. And we got to have free gasoline for people's cars, and we got to have free candy for the babies every Thursday night. And it's a human phenomenon that happens all of the time. So when you have a Republican-controlled U.S. Senate, and they are making decisions together, the decisions that they make will be far more conservative than any one of them. Any one Republican senator, if you talk to him or her, they can be very, very reasonable, but it's when they all get together is when the decisions are so incredibly far out of the mainstream, they begin to sound like some of the political extremities that most of us cannot tolerate. And that is a very, very important concept in figuring out why certain decisions are made. Now, in the case of Mayor-elect Mamdani, he got a bunch of women. Somebody said in the chat, and I totally believe it, even though I haven't seen any article relating to it, that his transition team or his original staff hires are all women. The decisions that they will probably make amongst themselves will probably be much more favorable to women than if a single one of those women made a decision. And he should be okay with that, because here's something that some men understand, other men don't, some men never will. When women do better, we do better. That goes across the board. When any marginalized person or community does better, they feel safer and they are more invested in the system that provides their safety. And they will defend people that are a part of the system that provides them the safety. But if you leave people out, if you intentionally exclude people and you harm people and you under-resource people, and you put people along hierarchies and tiers, the people that you hurt are going to be a problem for everyone. Those who are harmed, those who are left out, those who are under-resourced, not only are they going to be harmed, they are going to try and harm the system because it is the system itself that is causing them that discomfort. And I just don't understand why we continue down this path. Trump wanted to rid this nation of DEI because I think you guys know what the because they can't call us the N-word. So they have these other terms that they use as symbols for us, like, Democrat. And so what they do is they use these symbols, DEI is one of them, to be like this lightning rod poster child of everything that they must attack. But what they're not understanding is that the people who would be considered diverse, who want equity and who want to be included, if they're trying to take us out of any mention of the federal government or federal policy, the group of disaffected people will grow so large and so impatient that we will just begin to vote for and elect all of the DEI that the Trump administration wants expelled. Because there was a lot of DEI that was elected on Tuesday, and I'm really, really happy for that, because I think that's what this country actually is. This country loves diversity, but it's afraid of it because we don't know what diverse communities and groups will do when they have access to the levers of power. And here's what I think they'll do. They'll give opportunity to everybody. Because if you have been kept out, left behind, your community has not been prioritized, you know what that feels like, and you don't want to do that to anybody else. I don't think that there is the motivation to be vindictive. There isn't, because black people should be more angry than we actually are. Don't get me wrong, we're pretty angry, but mostly at one another. We don't really indict the system like we should. If anything, I see more of us just kind of riding with the system. And maybe I'm in a privileged position because I get to see what the system actually is. Like, I read the policies, I see what the campaigns are doing, and then I see how government is actually executed. And then I hear from the people that are not being impacted positively from that whole process of the campaigning and the candidate and the policy ideas and the white papers, and then they get elected and they fall short of their ideals. And when they fall short of their ideals, they are disappointing people and leaving people in the lurch. No, but I think we'll be okay as a country, right? We'll be all right. We'll make it, maybe. Just got to get more women involved, right? Okay. See how easy that was? Let's take a break, shall we? You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Milwaukee Panthers hit the road as they head to South Carolina to take on the Wooford Terriers.
The home whites, and Dorsey is dropping off, Fields inside, rises up, and emphatically sends it in. Left side, 15 to shoot, no look behind the back to Kone, who rises up, throws it down, and what a pass from Amar.
Scott Warris has the coverage Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 1 o'clock.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
June 2022, Southeast Wisconsin. A distracted driver killed 3 people, and in that single moment, it affected many more. The grandmother.
And my heart sank. Their lives are forever lost.
pastor,
That was the most difficult day of my entire ministry.
sister.
I lost my best friend.
Distracted driving affects everyone. Buckle up, phone down. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're going to try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. His name is Sherwin Hughes, and he gets the blues. Sometimes he likes to count in twos. One, then two. Buckle my shoe. Hey, Ricky, kinda tricky. Sometimes you get sicky of me, cause I'll be talking that crap. Woo! You take a nap. Why would you do that to my flow? That's so disrespectful. You see this?
Because you be talking that crap.
Let me get back to my rap. Woo! Sherwin Hughes. You know, the one with the blue shoes, they're not suede. I used to like Dwayne Wade, but I don't like him no more. Cause he married Gabrielle Union. Nothing rhymes with union. I probably should get back to my radio show. Don't like no hoes, and I got that big old flow. What? Big old flow. Don't like no hoes. All right. Woo! All right then now.
Why you did a whoo? Like you just killed it.
I did.
You said whoo. Somebody stop me.
I come off the dome. So the music that you have been listening to today is coming from a compilation that I have created of artificial intelligence beats. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile my favorites of those, and then I'm just going to release them to artists with no charge, because I want my music, well, me and artificial intelligence's music, to be utilized by people. Here's what I come to find out. So you guys know the Blue Mist album that I created in May of this year, my artificial intelligence smooth jazz album? It's on, and people are using it on platforms. Like there's people that are using Blue Mist songs on TikTok. It's so wonderful. It is. It took a long time, but if you look up Blue Mist, it's everywhere. It's iTunes, it's on Google Play, there's a YouTube channel, it's all Amazon Music, so it's ubiquitous. So thank you guys for supporting, and people are still listening to it, and they're still discovering it. So if this technology is going to end up taking us out, well, then let us use it to help somebody out, right? Okay. Ricky, I wouldn't mind if you took some of my beats. Oh, you're a DJ. Why don't you play my music in the club? That's not very supportive. Would you?
All right, man, I'll do it.
I don't know, because you're already hired by the club. So you want me to pay you to play my music? Okay, you know what? I will. I think that's illegal, though. Isn't that against? It's not illegal, so I can pay you to play my music?
Yep.
Okay.
I got that bread, homie.
How much it costs?
$100.
And you'll play my music, all night long?
I'll play it as much as you want for $100.
How about this beat? It's not a little beat.
I'll be like, oh, yeah. You breaking records tonight. New hot single produced by the one and only Sherwin Hughes.
See, look how good that sounds.
But that costs money. It's hot off the tracks.
Costs money. but I don't think that's funny. Sometimes I like that honey.
Or not.
Shut your mouth, cause I'm rapping. Don't get me mad, I get to clapping. Don't make me pull out my Glock, then I'll pull out my black. Okay, let's everybody relax now, because I can't use profanity.
Dookie.
How many hotkeys do you think we have with Al in them? A lot, I'm assuming. We have probably 25 or 30 of them. Okay, you guys want the list of airports that are expected to have major delays. In fact, if you are flying into or out of any of these airports, due to the government shutdown, they're going to be experiencing pretty significant delays. So this is the list of airports here domestically with the first 37 days of the shutdown. As time goes on and this government shutdown persists, this list of airports is going to grow. I'm going to give you these airports in alphabetical order. Also, do you guys remember a couple days ago, maybe it was last week, where I went through month by month what is going to start happening and what we're going to start witnessing everywhere in this country if the government shutdown persists and people are not getting their SNAP benefits? Because Trump is connecting the government shutdown with the distribution of SNAP and or food share benefits. So I don't see this government shutdown ending anytime soon because the Democrats got a tremendous amount of momentum. They won something like 65% of their races on Tuesday. And so there is no motivation for them to cave on the issues that they ran on and won on Tuesday. So why would they cave to the Republicans? It also seems that the vast majority of this nation is blaming Donald Trump and the Republicans for the shutdown just because they're handling it so poorly. Instead of Donald Trump canceling his foreign trip, his overseas trip during the shutdown, he should have been here working with Congress, but he didn't. He took his overseas trip anyway, so he's not really prioritizing it, mostly because if the government is reopened, part of the compromise will be swearing in I can't pronounce her last name, Grijalva, the congresswoman in Arizona. Her father died. She ran, got elected, but Mike Johnson won't swear her in. Grijalva, I think is her last name. I keep messing it up. She is the 218th vote to release the Epstein files. We come to find out from Michael Wolff because Michael Wolff sat down with Jeffrey Epstein before Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, before he was killed. Before he committed murder on himself, where he hung himself and he murdered himself, even though he shouldn't have been able to murder himself because he was in a jail cell with nothing in the jail cell, but he was murdered or whatever. That's what happened. Charlie Kirk also called for the releasing of the Epstein files, and oopsie, that. So anyways, Michael Wolff was hired by Jeffrey Epstein because Epstein wanted Wolff to write a biography on his life. And Michael Wolff says when he met with Jeffrey Epstein, he went into this cabinet, and Jeffrey Epstein pulled out like a folder. And in the folder were Polaroid photographs that Jeffrey Epstein then laid out on the table like a deck of cards, and it showed him and the current president of the United States enjoying the company of topless teenage girls. So it also has been communicated via certain members of the FBI to members of Congress that what is in the Epstein files is even worse than any of us can imagine. That's why they're going to such extraordinary lengths to not release them. So there's that whole thing that's going on. All right, here are the airports. Anchorage International, Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International, Boston Logan, Baltimore Washington International, Charlotte Douglas International, Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International, Dallas Love Airfield, Ronald Reagan Washington National, Denver International, Dallas Fort Worth International, Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County, Newark Liberty International, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood Florida International, Honolulu International, Houston Hobby, Washington Dulles, George Bush Houston, Indianapolis International, New York John F. Kennedy International, Las Vegas Harry Reid International, Los Angeles International, New York LaGuardia, Orlando International, Chicago Midway, Memphis International, Miami International, Minneapolis St. Paul International, Oakland, Ontario, Chicago O'Hare International, Portland, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Sky Harbor, San Diego, Louisville, Seattle, Tacoma, Washington International, San Francisco, Salt Lake City, Teterboro. Don't know what a Teterboro is, but there's going to be major delays there at Teterboro. And the last one on the list is Tampa International. FAA Administrator Brian Bedford said the agency is not going to wait for a problem to act, saying that the government shutdown causing staffing pressures are so bad they cannot be ignored. He and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said they plan to meet with airline leaders later on Wednesday, which was yesterday, to figure out how to safely implement the reduction in staff and air traffic controllers during the shutdown. On Tuesday of this week, Transportation Secretary Duffy warned there might be, quote, mass chaos in the skies if air traffic controllers miss a second round of paychecks next week. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. When you guys fly, do you ever think about the plane crashing, or am I the only one? Doesn't it cross your mind a little bit like, uh-oh, this might be the one? Or when you're in the air and you hit turbulence. I now have a different appreciation for turbulence, because when you hit those pockets of turbulence when you're in the air, it feels like the plane is going to fall out of the sky. But then someone explained to me that how the physics of aviation actually works. So imagine an airplane suspended in jello, and the jello represents the surrounding air and the air pressure around the plane. And turbulence is basically somebody tapping on the jello, and it jiggles the plane a little bit. You're not going to fall out of the sky because you're suspended in the jello. So that's what turbulence is. It's just like God tapping his finger on the plane like, hey, you sinners, you're up here closer to me. You better act right. Tap, 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 tap. And then the plane just jiggles a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take a break. I also need to check to see what you guys listed as some of your favorite American domestic travel destinations. So I'm going to read those on the other side as well. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Ready to hit the road in your new car? At Brewery Credit Union, we make it easy with affordable payment options on auto loans designed to fit your budget. Whether it's a brand new ride or the perfect used vehicle, we'll help you get behind the wheel faster. With flexible terms, quick approvals, and personalized service you can trust. Don't wait. Start your journey today. Apply online at brewerycu.com or visit us at Brewery Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we got to stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
San Diego. Curly Q said that's one of her favorite American cities. JD says Chicago for a day trip. MF, my favorite place is DC or Orlando. Not really. A city girl says Chicago and Fort Lauderdale and San Antonio. What the hell is it with Chicago? Chicago is nothing. What is it? What am I doing wrong in Chicago? What am I missing? What would you go get one of them fat pizzas? A deep dish fat pizza? Nobody want all that dough. What Chicago got? A bunch of tall buildings. And the National Guard. Milwaukee offers a better Chicago experience than Chicago because it's easier to navigate this city. I don't like Chicago. I just don't. I mean, I like going to the Sears Tower. Oh, it's not called that. What's it called now? The Willis Tower or whatever? Or going to the John Hancock. It's just going to the top of a tall building and looking out the damn window. I'm not a fan of Chicago. What is this? New York City, third place. No, New York City, third place is New Orleans, says Curly Q. I've never been to New Orleans. Never been there before.
Really?
Yep.
Very cultured.
I heard some stuff about New Orleans. I want to go, but here's the problem.
It's very creepy, too.
I heard everything there is to hear about New Orleans because everybody and their mother has been there before, and everybody has their own New Orleans experience. I don't like that I can't fly direct, and I don't go to O'Hare. I've never flown out of O'Hare. I've never flown out of Midway. I fly direct out of General Mitchell right here in Milwaukee. I don't like layovers. I don't like having to change planes. I did it. The last time I did that, I flew to Baltimore for a work training 20-some years ago, and they lost my luggage. Luckily, they lost my luggage coming home. Losing your luggage on your way to your destination, that's the problem. So eventually my luggage came, and they delivered it to my house. I flew Northwest. Talk about how long ago that was. So I flew Northwest, and then my luggage came, and they gave me a $25 voucher off of my next flight with Northwest. I never flew Northwest ever again. In fact, I don't even think Northwest Airlines even exists anymore.
I'm about to say Northwest.
Yeah, I think
they're Southwest, but not Northwest.
Their hub was out of Minneapolis, so I think they're gone. But it's easier for me to fly direct.
But no, I highly suggest you visit New Orleans, or New Orleans, that they call it.
Yeah, I'm going to get there. But also, if I travel, I like solo travel, but if I go to a city that I've never been to before, like any city that I've been to before, so some of my favorites are Florida, Madeira Beach, Sarasota, Tampa, Florida. Love Memphis. Love D.C. I love Boston. Even here in Wisconsin, Door County is beautiful. Vilas County is beautiful. Way up north, Minocqua, Woodruff, that's beautiful. And of course, the top destination ever for me. I can go to this city and just chill, or I can go do stuff. I can go to nice restaurants. I can go to shows. This is the only American city that is everything you can imagine and a whole bunch of stuff you never thought existed. Every time you go, it reveals something new about itself, and that is Las Vegas, Nevada. I've gone to Vegas and just rested and chilled and watched TV and ordered food and just to get the hell out of here. I love me some Vegas. Probably my top destination because it's all there. Anything you want. It's just exciting. It can be exciting. It's just fun. All right, what else y'all got? Oh, Savannah. I heard Savannah's nice. Savannah, Georgia. I know a lot of people that go there. I think my ex-girlfriend cheated on me in Savannah, actually. She took a solo trip down there. I swear she met a dude on the internet and went down there to hump him. What am I going to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what do you do if your woman cheats? Don't be with her anymore. You don't really have a lot of options. And fellas, stop asking the question, oh, was he better than me? Of course he was. He's better than you in every single aspect. Don't ask. Just let it be. Man, I'm pretty sure she humped. She came back a little too relaxed. Ricky, you ever have a lady cheat on you before?
Yes.
Yeah. It sucks, but what are you going to do about it?
I just cheat back.
No, don't fight fire with fire.
I do, and it was worth it.
Ricky, take the high road.
No, never.
Zach, what about you? You ever have a lady step out? Not that you know of? Yeah, they have. They're just good at it. The best ones, they never get caught. But, I mean, what are you going to do about it? It's just you'll learn that they cheat better than us. They wrote the book on it. But this is not a skill that anyone should learn. If anything, you all need to learn how to be very faithful. Why are you swiping a credit card? Zach, what's that for? Why are you swiping?
Because if it happened, I charge it to the game.
Yeah, okay, it sucks when you love them, though. You know what I mean? Damn it. That's not ever fun. But, I mean, what are you going to do? Love don't love nobody. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's take a break, shall we? How do we get on these subjects? Love don't love nobody. Love don't love nobody. Love don't love me or you. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. It's College Month on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get those free scholarship dollars. All month long, we'll be highlighting local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune in to 1017 The Truth's College Month so you can learn how your scholar can get those scholarship dollars. College Month on The Truth is sponsored by Marquette University and Educators Credit Union.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing Coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing Coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axhousing.org. That is ACTS housing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe Coaches are here to help.
I love the Marquette community. I think, it to me resembles a family of some sort.
You are coming to a place that is not only going to give you a great education, but I think it's going to make you a very well-rounded individual.
Especially because of the size, you can definitely find your people. I came in and it was open arms. While you're here, we're gonna try to make you feel that same love and make this place home. We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
We are Marquette.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your big night deserves more than just music. Prom, homecoming, graduation, weddings, corporate gatherings. Every occasion deserves a soundtrack that elevates the moment. I'm Kyrie, DJ Maniac Brooks, community leader and your dedicated DJ. From the very first consultation to the last track, I'll make sure every detail aligns with your vision. For more information about how you can make your event unforgettable, visit www.djremaniac.com. That's www.djreemaniac.com. Make your event an experience with DJ Maniac.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Love's a thief, it steals your soul, leaves you empty, ain't no control. It's a fire that burns so cold.
This isn't bad.
Love will kiss you, then it bites. It's a shadow in the night, hides the wrongs behind the right. Love but it loves me. Oh, it loves me. Cuts me deep but sets me free. Love don't love nobody, but it loves me.
That's not bad, you guys. Don't hate on it. That's one version. I got a remix version of it. All right, guys. You didn't like that, Ricky? It was okay. Wasn't it? It's kind of all right. So, no?
You in your soft girl era or something today? Have you been hurt? Have you been touched?
Those are two very different things. I mean, the answer to both is yes, but not. I mean, yeah, I have. Do you remember when the club used to play slow songs? Were you around for that era, Ricky? That might have been
that
after.
era is still around.
No,
have R&B nights.
Okay, that's an R&B night, but I mean like a club where they will play dance music and everybody's dancing all night, and then boom, they go into a slow track, and then people get on the dance floor and actually slow dance. So not a
that still goes on today. So women actually refer to hear some slow dance because they want a dry hump.
Women want a dry hump.
Oh yeah, they get real nasty.
Is this Russell?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi. Hey. Did you know there's a song by the Spanish called "It Takes a Fool to Love Don't Love Nobody"? By the Spinners.
They stole my song.
This is from the 70s, the 1970s.
And it's called "Love Don't Love Nobody" by the Spinners, huh?
Yes.
Well, now I gotta sue them. What's a common saying? Love don't love nobody. So I'm assuming that, yes, there probably have been songs with that same title. Because you know what? Russell, love don't love nobody. It don't.
Oh, been there.
You married, Russell?
No, sir. One of the main reasons.
Were you ever married?
Never.
Oh, is that right?
I've seen too many things happen in my life.
Okay, fair enough. This is the song, Russell, by the Spinners. Love don't love nobody.
That's it. Yep, that's it. Okay. I can hear it.
Anything else you want to say to the people? Russell, should we hook you up with a lady? You want to meet Linda?
No, I'm good.
Well, hold on. What you mean you good? You don't want to meet Miss Shaq?
I'm okay.
You dating somebody? You got a gal somewhere?
Pretty much, I guess.
You better hope she ain't listening. All right, well, I'll leave you to it, Russell. I don't want to put you on the spot now. I don't want to get you in trouble with your gal now.
Life won't let you know.
What is you laughing at, Russell? What's going on, buddy?
I'm listening to the song there.
But then she's gone.
All right. Thank you, Russell. Ricky, shut up, dude. That's a terrible thing to say. Ricky was talking to me in my ear. That's not always true. You guys don't know what the deal is. Russell is a great guy. He's called in a bunch of times. He's seeing somebody. Russell got him a little person. Everybody has somebody that they're involved with. You know, maybe it's somebody you go on dates with. Maybe it's somebody you go and go to the movies with, go out to dinner with. I mean, everybody got a little somebody. Or some people are in relationships, right? They're married. They got committed relationships where they're hanging out with their person all the time. What about you, Ricky? What's your situation? You got a gal somewhere?
Yeah, no.
What does that mean?
I had a sexual partner. Not in a relationship, though. It's a situationship.
Ricky. It ain't that gal you brought to Beyond the Mic, is it?
No.
Hold on, man. Who was that then? Because, you know, people seen her. They seen that lady.
That was my child's mom.
Let me get this straight. So you brought your baby mama.
No, my child's mom. Baby mama is a derogatory term.
Oh, shut up. You have gold teeth, for God's sake. That's your baby mama.
I have a career, too.
So that lady, you and her are cool at least. You guys get along. Mm-hmm. Okay, no, that's nice. I'm glad to hear that. That's a very nice thing. But then you have another person that you get a business to.
Google her goodies.
All right. How long has that been going on?
Touching her skin, mashing up against her skin, knocking boots, bumping uglies.
Nobody need all those details. I'm just curious.
Slapping cheeks, getting my cheeks between them cheeks.
I bet you get your cheeks clapped. I bet you
would like that.
I bet you be looking back.
You would like that. You would like that.
Zach, what about you? You messing with a little guy. I told you. I told you, Zach, when you be going up north and doing those DJ gigs in some of them small towns, I went to school for 2 years at Oshkosh. You got to be careful up there.
Sherwin, you wear hats and Timberland boots when you have sex, don't you?
Absolutely.
That Kango hat you got on right now?
I leave my socks on, everything.
Yeah. The tube socks.
Hold on, baby. Pull my socks up. Oh, Zach said he going to show me.
That got a sex tape?
I don't want to see that now. I'll be telling Zach, when you go up north, them fat butt gals up there, they'll get you in trouble because they'll corner you. You got to be very careful. You got to keep your head on a swivel because next thing you know, they'll be all over you. I don't know if you guys appreciate how aggressive women are these days. All right, Zach, keep it off the camera now. Let me see.
That's what I meant last time I was out there.
Oh, she's real attractive. So you and her, are you keeping in touch? Are you? Oh. So it's just for convenience when you're up there. That's who you hang out with. You don't. She's a very nice looking lady. Wow, Zach is a player. Well then, you say, yeah, whatever it is, what it is. I would like to see you get married one day, Zach. I think you would be a very.
How you gonna say us to get married?
No, I want Zach he would be a good husband.
Nah,
I think that
you literally tell us not to get married.
Don't listen to me.
Don't listen to you.
No.
What? Then why you have a radio show?
First of all, that ain't got Nan to do with Nan.
Oh my God, you are contradicting
I think
yourself
Zach.
right now.
No, I'm not talking about you. You're hopeless. You're a thought.
No,
I'm not. That boy.
Wait, hold on. What the hell?
Stop that sexual harassment.
Hold on. First of all, your advice don't work for us, sir.
I'm calling HR right now.
HR is listening.
Leave those young men alone.
I will.
Young men, you don't have to answer him. That's sexual harassment on the job.
You leave the young men alone. I got to get out of here. I got to hang up on him, telling me to leave the young men alone. It ain't me.
I'm enjoying.
It ain't me you got to worry about. Everybody's going to be okay. Yep. Well, it's been nice broadcasting with you guys and for you guys all these years. I'd imagine my show is probably on the way to getting canceled. What the hell is that? What are you playing? Not Sylvester. Hey, don't leave him alone. Look what time it is. My show is over. I got to get out of here. Thank you for listening. Truth to Power is up next. Bye.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. Now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back, they coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app. Breaking down the issues that shape our city and